Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dreams of Silver and Stone. How are you? How are we? I don't know. How are we? Look at all these faces. Look at it. Just try to guess by what the. You got some stony faces going on. You got some people blending into the background because my green
No,
screen
try to
chrome
fix
isn't
my
quite
light.
right. Knew exactly who they were being talked
Yeah,
about.
because my light's being dumb. I'm
All right.
sorry.
So
Behave, light.
tonight we are on episode 24 of Dreams in Silver and Stone, which, as is customary, is right towards the end of the season. It could be tonight, depending on what occurs. It could be next week. If we do end up carrying over into another episode and continue to next week, we will be playing on Wednesday instead of Thursday next week to make sure it can happen. So, without further ado, we're going to go around the table. We're going to say our hellos, and for possibly the last time, where are we playing? And what were we doing last time that we saw you? And we'll start off at random like usual. Here we go. Starting with Shannon and Nova.
Me, Shannon, Nova. Where were we? I had just gotten my bravery back, and I was taken up a ladder by Cal into the ship, and I had just told Nyria. I always do that. But also go check out Ruby Heart.
True.
Anyway, but yeah, I told her to fuck off, and then she was like, nah. And then I rolled a crit success, and then Avram came and was like, oh, hey! And then they disappeared fighting off into...
It was Sylvia that you had dragged off you.
Sylvia, that's right. I couldn't remember which BBG, whatever.
I mean, there was like 3 of them in the room.
There was a lot going on. Plus, like, sparrows happened in between there, and it was in the same spot, so my brain has transferred a lot of that. Plus, they did the honeycomb sting last night, which is transposed too, so I just don't know where I am, who I am, or what I'm doing.
I mean, where's the difference in that?
Thanks, honey. I love you.
I'm just playing. Oh, great.
Great.
Anybody got a nice, comfortable couch? Anyway, we'll move right along to Kiara and Anna.
We have a very broken bed in our guest room because what is it called?
Futon?
Sex. It's called sex.
No, it's not called. It's called the fucking box spring broke inward.
It's sex.
No,
from what?
We have our own bed. Why would we have sex on Rob's old?
I didn't say it was you.
I knew the answer immediately, but I'm so glad I chose not to answer and just let
I hate you too. I'm trying to fix my light, so I'm about to, duck down and go try and fix that. I play Kiara, resident Grumpy Gus.
Last thing
I tried to go save Patchy's ass from while, both Kaizen and Nova noped out of there to go with the sparrows. I decided I wanted to be, I don't want to say selfless, because I fully knew we needed Patchy, and that's the only reason I went to go look for Patchy. So.
Selfless?
But we found him.
Selfless. Yep.
Yeah, you're welcome, Sinan. I went to go find you because we needed you.
You went to go find me?
Kiara helped clear...
We're best friends now.
Kiara did help clear the path that allowed Patchy to make it to everybody, so... Clay...
Don't ever say I didn't do nothing for you.
Clay and Rob, your turn.
That's me. I'm Rob, playing the fast-talking, smooth character who's now can't talk. So is now very unsure what his role is. Clay, no last name given, the Dwarven Scoundrel, who I will put out there is the first person who was like, hey, did y'all forget about Patchy? And went down towards all the nasty things. And then Kiara was like, okay, I guess I'll go with. So yes, that's me. Next thing happened for me is I got on a ship full of a bunch of people who Rob has a connection to, but Clay was like, wow, I know none of these people are what's going on. I tried to reach out to a weird murder mouse and instead got some guy named Caleb, so I guess that's fine. Yeah. That's him.
Oh yeah, you talked to
Yeah.
Caleb. I forgot about that.
Hey.
And we move right along from there to Kaizen. Steven.
Hey everyone, I'm Steven, playing Kaizen, the Emney Stillmine, trying to find his planet. Had an opportunity to find his planet, but realizing that pairing with the God of Death or, the Queen of the Sill to get said planet back, probably not the best options when being, selfless and caring about life. So, decided to go into the caverns and try to take out Iria, or at least distract her by collapsing the roof. Had Cal do that for me once I got on the Zephyr, of which he obliged. So, shot everything up, and now we don't know.
Didn't
if
create a
Sylvia
problem for
won.
the sparrows at all
No.
after you collapsed the building on them. No.
They
Again.
were fine.
Just trying to help. Just trying to help you guys. That's all I've been trying to do.
How
Just trying
many
to
of
help.
them died?
But I'm free of all of them now. We're good.
0.
We're good.
Right?
And
Yeah,
we
they
gotta find
actually-
another way to
they-
find my
they
damn
didn't
planet
die.
now, because all my options have dried up, I guess.
You seem to have
so.
forgotten that you have maybe a key of some kind to a device that you were given.
Yes, I do have a key to a device that I was given. We shall see.
Because you totally want to go. I mean, because your planet, nothing bad could happen about that. Like Krakens don't happen, or Emperor Carver or some shit. Like, let's go
Yeah.
find Satan. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, it seems like every big, baddie, most hated, despised, powerful character in the game has just been offering Kaizen shit. So
Just up in your DMs.
we'll see which way it turns out, right?
Well,
Hopefully we
that's
find our planet.
a benefit
All in your head. So.
of a neutral party. They don't know where you sit or stand because you come from a world outside of all the politics here. Not to mention
This
that
is
your
true.
mind is quite often completely blank.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
just easy to step in and be like, hey, what's up?
True.
Hey, ooh, it's so
Slide
gloomy
into
in
that
here.
empty DMs. Moving right along. Speaking of empty
Love.
DMs.
Oh.
No, to Stratful and no.
Hello, everybody. I'm Strathful, playing as Nohu, the great adventurer / kobold / tinker. And I believe that last time what Nohu was doing was seeing this wonderfully constructed, like, castle of cards, like in reference to Ty's dungeons. I mean, like a wonderful, like, challenge of enemies and backstories and things to understand about each other, and not just going like, no thank you, and just kicking it off and
Teleported
setting
to...
it and setting it on fire and just cheating his way into the last boss room, and then going like, nope, and just erasing her and just getting out of there.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
I dared allow you to create a character that can both see through walls and tries to make portals so that he can just travel wherever the hell he wants. But that won't work everywhere, my friend. Just there. It worked there. They worked there fine.
yeah, just keep telling yourself that.
And
Kids, we call this the denial stage of grief.
exactly. And of course, Patchy, Sanan, /Cal, /Caleb Wesley.
Hello, everyone. Playing Patchy and Cal, apparently, and I'm really sad because I don't have my hat and coat and everything.
We're
But
all sad.
yeah, I like that costume. But last thing I remember doing is turning into a spiky ball of death and like making wall paint out of sill out of anger because I had flashbacks that reminded that I did not know about things that happened. I was very confused and I was trying to figure them out. But apparently other stuff happened. I was saved, and now that this might be the last episode, I'm trying to make Patchy a little nicer, so I guess I'm going to become best friends with those two, which is not how I thought this would go. That's great. And as Cal, apparently last thing I came in and saved the group and was hugging Nova or something.
So, where you had left off after you turned into a spiky ball of death, your tricks were a little too effective, and you were traveling much faster, bouncing off of walls and off of sill, further and further away from the group. You eventually slowed down to wait for them, and then Nohu created a portal way behind you, through the walls, straight into the room that Sylvia was in, and everybody went in there without you. Then, as forces continued to close in around, you had to
feel
turn
like
and run
you
again.
made him go the wrong way in a different direction.
No,
it's not
he was
like we were
going the
like,
right
"F
way.
you,
He
Patchy,
was
no."
going the way you were all supposed to be heading. You were all following him. He was leaving a trail of ink everywhere.
Yeah,
True. Yeah.
and then
He was
you
almost
made
at the door by the time we got in. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
He couldn't
Also, you
come
did it.
back.
There's
Because-
the video.
Yes, there is. And you see him just moving, and then he stops, and he waits, and he tries to
Why does
deal
he
with the sill
stop
there
and
because
wait?
everybody else went back and they spent too much time, and they were having problems fighting things. And
Wow. Wow, everyone. Wow.
anyway,
That
Wow.
is not how it happened.
he got far enough ahead, and then as the forces closed in, they blocked off his ability to come through the tunnel with you. So he had to go all the way around. And as he was doing so, he was running from Syl the entire time. Upon getting to an entrance where you could see some of your allies, Clay standing there waiting, and Kiara fighting off another Syl, you had seen a rope ladder coming down from the roof, and a rather dashing-looking pirate captain standing at the edge, shouting out and putting one hand down to try to grab everybody. Nova and Nohu had rushed up very quickly with Kaizen very quickly thereafter, and then all of you ran to it, pulled up on the ladder, ended up upstairs. We saw Nova there. We saw Cal, who had thought she was dead for the last 5 years, very stricken with surprise, and then they hugged. Muriel off to the side was like wide-eyed and like, "Are you serious?" So, to catch everybody else up with the events, the city of Fort Mesa is infiltrated by the Vincere, and they will be setting off bombs very shortly that will not only do explosive damage, fire and concussions and things like that, but are also mounted with a chemical agent that will melt everyone from the inside out that gets any of this stuff into their system. So everybody came to Idolin, the place that all of this crazy Syl and shenaniganery came from, which it turns out that the Aether suspension that Patchy was looking for, the AEC 143, was technically true Syl blood that they had been draining out of a chamber designed to regenerate fallen Syl. In this case, it was used to bring back Nyria, the queen from before, who had been severely diminished in power until they convinced Abraxas to come in and be a battery. Now that they had been drained somewhat, both the Queen of the Syl and that god whatever thing of life and death ended up in a fight
My best friend.
going off into the sky. The Syl had overwhelmed the base of Idolin, but the Syl commander, Sylvia, colloquially only called Sylvia because everybody else kind of decided that was the name for her aboard the Sparrows in a different season or different episode, different show, and had all mounted up on the Archimedes, repairing it and taking it off into the sky to chase after their queen and that demon thing that she was fighting, but had stolen it from the Sparrows, to be continued for them in the following season to see what happens. So, and to answer Azadadine, the Syl that was a Syl manufacturing facility from very, very long ago. There's more story to that involved. As a matter of fact, Abraxas had something to do with some of that, since he used to live in the Syl society that came in the before times. Anyway.
Sorry, guys.
So here we are tonight. We're on the deck of the Clockwork Zephyr. On board the Zephyr, we see the dashing countenance of our Captain Cal, Jester Ronan. If he still goes by that. Captain Cal, we'll just say that. So we got Cal.
I thought I was Admiral now.
You are Admiral, but people know you as Captain.
Look at that,
I mean,
daddy.
on the ship, you'd be Captain, and then when you're in control of everything else, you're not. So if you would, go ahead and go to characters for me, so you can choose Cal, and that way you'll have him available in case you need to make rolls with him.
I just opened Instagram. I'm already looking at Orc Nandor.
That's what I said.
A mixture of Nandor and Jason
And
Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think that describes Cal Ronan perfectly.
Hello, Nova. How are you? Welcome to my ship. It's very nice to have you here. I have missed you so much. In the eons I have not seen you. God, never mind. I'm gonna stop. I forgot what he sounds like.
I was saying how long you do that for.
I hope I didn't butcher that. But yeah, sorry. Oh my God! Wait, this is not how we sounded. Wait, oh, shit. Never mind.
Space dust. He just
You're alive! I guess is what he would say. I think.
You're
unless it was
alive.
said
He
before.
just lets out.
Oh shit!
You're alive! We're both alive!
Yeah. Welcome back to the ship. Who's all these friends you've got? Also, is that guy a spiky ball?
That's Patchy. Yes. Is he still a spiky
Patchy
evil?
just grabs one of his furs, whatever. One of the hairs on his side and pulls it, and you go, and you see him squeeze back down into regular size.
Oh, that was unpleasant. Who's this guy? Looks like a pretentious show-off.
Kind of. But he's a really nice, pretentious show-off.
I like him. Come here, buddy. I guess I'll hug him.
You go and you hug
weird
Patchy.
already.
Suddenly, you smell all kinds of weird things as his fur is completely coated in a thick layer of goopy ink.
This is uncomfortable.
Muriel, as the captain runs over there, Muriel turns over and goes, Nova, is that really you?
It is really me. Muriel, it's really you?
Yeah, I'm me. You're you. And, I mean, you did come from a Sill. I mean, you're not.
Oh,
You're
no.
you, right?
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Muriel. It's right.
It's
We
a
saw you-
reasonable question.
This is not how we
Blow up.
we greet our own after years of not seeing them and thinking they're dead. Now is it?
I mean, yeah,
I think-
we grieved. We had to move on. Cutlass was sad. He ended up taking a long hiatus, and Donnie, well, he just made some mechanical noises. It was before we got him fixed up enough that he could talk right. How
I
are
saw
you
Donnie.
okay? Are you in good shape? She comes over and she starts like mother henning you.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. So, yeah, I blew up. I thought, but then actually I was grabbed and then I got forgotten in time. So I was there for like 100 years all by myself alone, and it didn't do anything weird to my mind or anything. But now I have some extra friends, and that's really cool. Yeah, no, it was no, I'm fine.
Has it already been 100 years?
At this point, Nova, as you mention your extra friends and whatnot, as you turn, you see an old pirate or an old cowboy sitting on the side with his boots up and his guns on his holster, just kind of watching you from an angle that you would think is mildly impossible, because he's hanging way out over the edge of the ship, just with his arms behind his head.
Who's that?
Oh
She
shit!
points at Caleb.
She sees me. What? You see my uncle? I'm not gonna do 3 voices.
Who else can we bring in here?
I'm sure I could find some more characters.
You
yeah.
can see my uncle. Wait,
Yeah, no, I mean that's
see my
the thing.
uncle.
Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I can see all the I mean, a Eternal, is that?
Well, Caleb, this is Nova. I think you already know Nova.
Oh my god, Caleb! Like Caleb? Like hung out with my mom on Silver Shield, Caleb?
I mean, shit, sorry.
You're a freaking
I mean, there's so many Calebs, so I don't know which one you're talking about.
What? Don't remember my
Who's your
mother?
mom? Who's your mom?
That's McCree.
Whoa! Alice! How's she doing? Last time I heard, she became one of them university shows.
She did! Well, the shills, that's not nice. But no, you're a freaking legend! I heard one time you shot your own foot. Was that true?
No. That one was not me. That was, one of the assholes in the team.
He's lying.
No.
No, it wasn't.
It was a real POS, as a matter of fact.
Wait, it was me? I forgot how that
No.
happened.
It was a punk guy who fired at you and you blocked with your boot.
It was. Oh yeah, I kicked the bullet. That's part is true, and I was kind of proud of that. But I did like
That's
those
right,
very
that's
boots.
And Caleb,
I was kinda sad about that.
as you say
Yeah.
that, you point over, and
Sorry if
you
I
had
blew out your
replaced your boots later in life with an exquisite pair that was unlike anything you'd ever had before. And as a matter of fact, in the off time since the last time we saw Cal, he has spoken to his uncle and found those boots and is now wearing them.
Wait, am I wearing them boots right now?
Cal's wearing Caleb's old super boots.
Oh, you've been talking about them those boots for goddamn. Now I'm going southern again. For you, about me, Lord. You've been talking about them boots for so long. No, we share the boots. Also, you're a ghost. You can manifest all the boots you want. Come on now. You're always complaining about the same shit. Sorry. He's
Patchy, you're starting to get irritated a little bit because you're on a time frame here. You got stuff to accomplish. Also,
all right. Can we please go? I mean, there's a whole city that's gonna blow up. I'm wait. Can I hear them talk about ghost boots? No.
No.
So why is everyone talking to the air all the time? Next thing you're gonna say, these are also you all have imaginary friends. Like, oh my god, everyone's so insane.
Right, and I can't talk to animals either. Whatever, Patchy, but he does have a point. There is a city that's gonna blow up.
Shit. Well, where we go? We should catch up soon. Black Whiskers, which way are we going?
I was about to say, Clay's gonna look over to the Skix and he can see just in Scheme be like, let me guess, this is every day, just
every single day. Black
just,
Whiskers suspect.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks. It's
I'm talking to you.
You get used to. He turns to you and just kind of waves and he points.
That way.
And he can't not yell, right?
Not at all. No, this is just
Cool,
how he. This
great.
I think it was dropped on his head as.
I know the type.
Exactly.
I guess I don't. I don't know Skix and Riot.
No, you don't. You never learned that, but Patchy knows.
Well,
God damn it, one of those. That sucks. I can't yell because I'm speaking in Skeen, so there's not really volume in Skeen unless I'm hitting my legs too hard. So
stomping
you can't
on the
say
floor.
You're the one to speak because I can't yell.
So Black Whiskers spins the wheel and begins turning the Zephyr and heading towards Fort Mesa. So we see a bit of a gathering together, some conversations, some stories about some of the other adventures that Cal's been on are shared with Nova. Anybody that wants to hang around obviously gets those as well, but everybody else kind of goes below deck and has to prep and plan, and we'll see what each one of you do before we get to the city. There is one vial, or one flask rather, of the chemical substance was all that was able to be gathered. So there's a limited amount of antitoxin you can make, or anti-chemical agent you can make.
What about my blood or spit or hair or whatever? Because I'm a princess or something. So wasn't that a thing?
Could help in the manufacture of these things. So what you're going to need. And these will require Patchy and Nohu working together, and then anybody else that wants to try to assist them, is some counter bombs. You will need them to rather not be explosive, but expulsive. You're going to want to create something that will make this gas that you can quickly radiate from a central position that will nullify any clouds of gas that you're going to come up against. So it's up to Patchy to create the compound necessary, and we'll see how effective it's going to be. And it's up to Nohu to devise instrumentation to send this out, and as much of it as you can possibly make. You have no idea how many bombs, you have no idea how big it's going to be in the city, and you're not entirely certain of what vector you'll have to take. You may need to drop some from the air. That might work fine from the ship, if you can get the captain and crew to fly you over the right positions. You might have to go down yourself and access wherever these things are located, if they're indoors or underground, and take them out that way. So, first off, we're going to see a couple of scenes, and then we'll get to business, get to work. At the moment that everybody begins talking, Nohu, what are you doing? I know that it's going to be something, because you're not going to sit there and just watch them chit-chat and get to know each other better.
Oh, thank you for keeping me in mind. You know me. I do believe that a lot of people, had a couple of bruises, some injuries. So especially Nohu. So he's going to make himself useful by, patching himself up.
Okay. And what are you using to patch yourself up with? medical kit?
I'll have to, well, with such a big ship, there's sure to be a nursery. Yes, I'm calling it a nursery still.
Of course.
That's a healery. Yes, a healery. That thing where a lot of chemicals and such can be, dabbed into some cloth and just like just rub in the ouchie place.
All right, so you step down a staircase into a large dining hall / den that's got a bunch of different doors all around of it. One of them happens to have like a sign that says Parlance's room, keep out. You happen to see another one that has a large medical symbol on it. And then off to the left, you see an engine room sign, a bathroom, and you see the captain's quarters. And then crew quarters.
So tempting. Well, we'll go for the apparently medical room first and see how
Alright.
much time we have left.
You walk into the medical offices to see a automechanical table there, a couple of cooling chests that seem to have a bunch of supplies within them, and you see a young doctor of some sort standing there. Excuse me, are you supposed to be here?
Well, yes, I believe it was my leg that my arm. My arm is like a bit hurty. It's already red because my skin is red, but if you look very closely, there's like a bit of blood like seeping through it. I mean, it's
Yeah,
kind
looks
of.
like you are a bit chopped up. Why don't we get that taken care of? Just sit down here on the table, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, I'll sit on the table, look around, and see what I can reach while he's, preparing whatever he's preparing.
Every time that you like go to touch something, he like smacks your hands away. No, sit still. And then like eventually we see a little bit of a operation going on to repair Nohu's arm while he is strapped to the table. He's still trying to reach things with his tongue as he's sitting there, of course. But he's able to remove your wound and give you back a D8 heal.
A D8 and no wound. Nice.
2 health back.
2.
All right. So Nohu goes down and assaults the medical officer as we see where did Kiara and Clay go as soon as they came up the ladder.
I feel like I also need to go to the med bay. I have 3 wounds and 10 health left.
So you kind of see Muriel rush over to you after discussing with Nova. Oh, dear. You look awful. And I don't say that as in
Thank you.
personal appearance. I mean, you look injured and bad and 3 steps from death. Why don't we get you down below? Oh, and you, sir, what's wrong with your
You
neck?
cannot talk.
I'll like, do you speak Scheme?
Yes?
Great. I'm actually fairly uninjured. Please see to her.
All right, then.
Get you
So
a robo tongue.
she escorts you downstairs and into the medical bay where you can see Nohu tied to a table and moves you over to another waiting
This is the most secure I've ever felt with Nohu around.
And they then proceed to work on you as well. And they're able to remove, before you get to the position you're supposed to be, 2 of your wounds and grant you a D8 health as well.
Heck yeah. Let's fix my leg.
So before we get to the next scene, you two have just been on the tables getting fixed up, being bandaged, having some basically like instant skin sprayed on. A variety of things that are done to make sure that you're able to heal appropriately.
Hey, are those things they mentioned in the heal sprays? Like, are those things like good for making bombs out of? Healing bombs.
I
Those are neat.
mean, there is a precedent to be set for something like that. I'm pretty sure Captain Cal has overcharged one of these before, and it did help a little, but it also grew a flesh monster, and it was a little weird, to say the least.
Well, obviously he didn't know the exact ratio of gunpowder to healing spray to use, but that's kind of my deal. And we are going to. I exactly know what we are going to do, but yeah, it's super important and super dangerous, so we really need those supplies.
Well, I'm sure we can part with a couple. I'll have to ask the captain, of course, because these are very expensive.
Oh yeah, he'll say yes. He knows us. He loves us. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll ask him here in a little bit. In the meantime, both of you just take it easy. There's drinks and food prepared by our chef here in the kitchen. If your food is moving, just stab it a few times, and then it'll be edible. It's fine.
Oh, sounds like Miocenis. Great. I gotta go check the engine.
Please don't go in the engine room. That is strictly off limits. This vessel is highly complex, and if you mess with anything in there, I don't know if we can fix it.
Don't worry, I can fix anything that I do myself on other people.
She looks
I'm not
over at the doctor and like nods once, and you see like a needle go into Nohu's neck. Suddenly, you get very, very sleepy.
That was aggressive.
But also is the correct choice.
Oh man, I feel like snuggling up to Kiara, who is far more injured than
Nohu
me.
starts moving over where you're currently on the table, still being attended to, and like lays down.
No.
Aw.
I would love to give already sedated Nohu the drugs that I've had in my coin purse that I don't know what they do.
Oh, okay. You just hand them to him? Are you gonna force feed them, or what?
No, I'm
What's
gonna hand them to him and just have him just be like, "Here, go. This is for you." I don't know what they do, so have fun.
And thus there goes Nohu, who died
Are they
today.
edible?
She hands you a bunch of drugs.
Good chemicals, as they were listed in my inventory. I don't know what they are nor what they do.
Oh, I'm sure they are nice candies for that sleepy sleep. And in there go.
Did you eat them already?
Yeah, she handed it to me.
All right, Glup, give me a tough roll, please.
And I would never do anything to harm Nohu in any way, shape, or form.
Oh! The first failed tough roll on a weird eaten object from Nohu.
Is it? Well, let's not make it a precedent then. I'll use endurance. Yeah, I'll use my virtue for this.
All right.
There you go.
Oh,
That was
it
almost a nat
a
20.
20.
With a 12, as you consume them, and as you start drifting off, the edges of your vision start to change color, and everything becomes a bit more rainbowy and whatnot. It looks like Glitz is having some problems with the connection, but she'll be back shortly. Nohu gets an ace from McSherry out there in the audience.
Oh, thank you. Let's see if this does anything better. Much.
There you go. And that time, you swallow them down, and you get a nice, like, flavor of bitter tangerine rind mixed in with a little bit of magnesium subchlorate.
I just gotta use my tail, my Nohu's arms to really like wrap around Kiara's like midsection and just curl myself into a little boulder.
All right. Curl yourself into a little boulder. And the tail kind of wraps around your leg, and that was that. All right. So we now see Clay and Kaizen still standing up there together. What do the two of you do / say?
Can Kaizen understand skiing?
I can.
Okay, great. Well, we should probably start, saving everyone's lives.
Yes, I would absolutely agree with that.
The ship is currently flying back, just so you know. It takes 2 hours to get there.
Right. So
I need to repair my sword if we're going to do that.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna lie. I never saw this happening, but I'm gonna go find Patchy, and I'm gonna offer to help him make things.
I know you can't talk, but are you sure you're feeling all right?
Wish me luck.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah, no, it's been a day. I'm gonna go find Patchy and offer to assist.
I'll catch up soon and try to help as well.
Much appreciated.
So you are heading over to find Patchy and to assist.
Yes.
So, Patchy, where did you go after this strange conversation with ghost talking people concluded and they just started talking about piracy?
My God, everyone just talks to their imaginary friends when we got important things going on. God damn it. Oh no, goddamn it.
There goes
Caleb's
Caleb.
word. Never mind. I guess I'll try to, let's get to it. I do want to, I suppose, since people came after me, thank Karen and Clay, I suppose, I guess. So I would try to maybe go to them, but I don't know if they're on my way to wherever I need to do this thing,
So you can go to speak with... Well, Clay's right there behind you. So as you turn to walk away, he's just standing there quiet.
Why are you sneaking up on me? Hi!
Remember the whole point of this was to make, counter bombs or whatever?
Right! Counter bombs! I'm sorry!
Right!
A lot of things going on in my mind, and I am very...
I don't
confused.
doubt it.
And very upset, irritated, sad. A lot of emotions going on at the same time. By the way, thank you for coming to find me, I guess that's what happened, right?
Yes.
That's more Sinan asking than...
Yes, that's what happened.
Listen, you were really busy being a spiky, inky, bouncy ball, so yeah.
Unfortunately, with the material I'm using, some of these little concoctions I'm making are not very stable, so I try to make a good thing out of the bad thing, I suppose. It can be messy sometimes.
Patchy,
I've yet to see it not be messy, but...
At the moment that you're there, on the back of this flying air machine, this sky ship, you remember being in another airship. You remember flying through the skies, fighter pilot style, attacking Empire buildings, or not Empire ships that are all raining fire down from above. You remember them just dropping bomb after bomb around Eidolon, and you remember the tower cracking and beginning to fall. You had to take a couple of risky maneuvers to pilot and take out some engines of a large bomber, crashing into part of the falling tower, keeping it from collapsing onto some cities in the swamps below. You remember taking a dive at that point and beginning to fall down from the sky. And as you crashed into the ground, thinking that was it, going blank, you wake up to find another pilot nearby. Wind whipping through his hair, the sky ablaze with flame, this individual bleeding from massive wounds in the side of his face. 3 gnarly scars. As he pulls you from the plane and pulls you out, and the two of you struggle to safety in the distance, you see a massive radiating wave of energy hitting the stratosphere. And you feel pain unlike anything you've ever felt before. And you see your bones begin to snap and break and disfigure and twist as you become Skixen. And then Clay's shaking you.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake, offer water skin, maybe splash a little in the face. Whoa. Just hold out as far as my short little dwarf arms can, the water skin.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna use that anymore anyway. You okay? You kind of...
I don't know what's going on, but I'm having a lot of memories of things I have forgotten for whatever reason is pouring back in. I remembered one particular memory that I wanted to forget completely, and it's quite painful. Also, I think my nemesis saved my life at one point. That sucks. Balls. Now. But wait,
you're alive.
What if it's a fake memory? What if it's a fake memory? What if it's just a memory that was planted in my head? So that was fucker. Sorry, I'm apparently a lot of my memories are not true, and I don't know which one's real and which one is not, which is very inconvenient with someone with a mind like mine. I think Let's make those bombs. Yes, I'm gonna just avoid this now. I'm gonna.
As
I
Patchy
always
heads
sit on my-
downstairs with Clay holding the vial and looking for any place to set up supplies, you think the middle of the table in the dining area is probably the best option.
Space. Yeah, give it away. Plenty of space.
Let's do it there. Also, properly, thank you for coming back for me earlier. Not without an I guess, because that was more Sinan, not Patchy. Now Patchy's saying the thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I won't lie. The fact that you're the only person who knows how to make the counter bombs was not a small part of it. But yeah, also not gonna leave you alone as a bouncing spiky octopus ball.
We all need our excuses for kindness. I get it. I mean, I do need it all the time. Yeah, let's do it.
Just gonna. I can't talk. This has been terrible for a couple days. I'm just gonna help this.
All right, so you're going to assist Patchy as he sets up to start working on the counter agent.
Trying.
Kaizen, you're standing on the edge of the ship. All of this stuff has transpired. You can see glowing ball of energy up in the sky that probably has to do with the entity that used to live within you. You can see these figures on the deck and can't help but feel slightly out of place.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do?
First and foremost, I go down to get the sword restored, and then gonna go to the bow.
All right, so you go downstairs to have your sword fixed.
Mm-hmm.
As you're looking around, no who's not around to do it, so
See if there is a smith or someone of that nature that can armory, of which someone may have the wisdom to repair it for.
you search
Or
for a little
tools.
bit until you see a place that might be a shop, like a machine shop or something like that. As you step inside, the floor kind of rises up into a humanoid figure
Ooh.
before stopping before you and just stating, "Why, hello. You are not someone that is normally on board this ship."
Hello, and no, I am not. Are you part of the ship?
I am. I was left here by the previous creator, Lancel. Excuse me.
One hell of a
Strike
creation,
that.
isn't it?
It's not Lancel. It was what's his name? Tell me.
Lionel?
Lionel. There it is. Lionel. Previous owner, Lionel.
I see.
Clearly
So,
some memory issues.
with all of your wisdom and technology, do you have the ability to repair this? Pull out poor Enlil in pieces.
Most certainly. Put it on the table here, and I will begin the operation of repairing and making sure that this thing is whole.
I very much appreciate it.
As you put it on the table, you see a bunch of little, kind of like grips and vice-like objects just move into place, and then grab each piece of it and pull it all together. And then you see a little welding torch just come up and repairing the damage in it faster than any technology you've seen before.
Wow. What else can you do?
I am capable of over 10,000 operations.
Do you have any fun and bells and whistles that don't require chaos or explosive rockets that we can put into the sword?
I am not allowed to provide any additional upgrades or use the materials on board this vessel without the captain's approval.
I understand. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You are welcome. Good as new. Sword comes up to you.
What an interesting character. I'm gonna make my way back up toward kind of like the bow of the ship.
Alright.
And once getting there, before going and assisting Patchy, I want to meditate for a moment, get into fire mind method. While doing that, repair myself with my medical kit, and I want to focus on Carver, what he said, the key, and just kind of my whole place in this universe right now and what the hell is going on. As I need to find a new way back to Sedna.
All right, so give me a magical roll as you sit there. And with Fire Mind Method, if you do nothing but rest, you'll be fully regenerated before
that's
you
right.
get to town.
Okay. Nat 20.
Nat 20. So, do you wish to see things one step ahead of when they occur in the upcoming engagement with the city? Giving you 2 banked rolls, you can provide to anyone you're in a scene with, or even yourself, as a way to mitigate some problems that are occurring. Or do you want to see the location that key goes to?
Shit. Kaizen would like to help everyone, but at this point, since he's basically given away 3 opportunities to find his own planet, he is going to go with where the key goes.
Where does the key go? You see a large, I guess metropolis is the wrong word because it's more of a dystopian location. A massive city filled with towering spires and huge spikes of metal sticking up out of the ground. People in the hundreds of millions thronging about, living above, below, and around one another. At the heart of this massive city, there is a machine as yet untouched, guarded by a faction of religious elves. And within that machine is the location this key goes. You have seen a secret chamber hidden within the heart of Albion, the capital city of Avalon.
Oh, joy. I never thought I would think this, but I'm really starting to miss Sedna, even with all of its time concerns. Okay,
So
well,
you know where your next goal is.
with that information, I will return back to where Patchy is, and I'm going to try to assist in solving this next issue with the city before moving on to try to figure out what the hell I can do out.
Christmas elves. Anyway, yes, we see the 3 of you sitting down. And since the 3 of you are together at the moment, we will begin having Patchy roll to see how effective these bombs are. So you're going to first determine how many you can make. This will be based on a brains roll by you, an agile roll by one of your assistants, and an aware roll by the other assistant. You will get to choose which one of you takes which part.
Let me see. So 1 aware and 1 agility, I guess, right? You said?
1 aware and 1 agility, yeah. Or 1 agile.
I heard a Kiki Mao.
Got 3 agile.
And 2
Agile.
aware. I see. Well, I guess. And I think Kaizen's got 4 agile
got
and 3
4.
aware.
Yes.
You know what, Kaizen? I think you have good eyes, and Clay, you seem to do good things with your hands. I think, is that how this is? I suppose.
Yep, there we go.
Let's do it
All
like
right,
that.
so
Yeah.
Kaizen's going to be watching while Clay uses his hands, and you think about it. Got it. All right, Patchy, give us your brains roll. Clay, give us your agile, and Kaizen, give us your aware rolls. And we'll see what turns up.
No, it's not 8.
We got
I got good
a
brains.
20 and a
wisdom.
6. Okay,
Wisdom.
yeah.
Wow, this alchemy thing's super easy. I don't see why you don't understand it.
Kaizen
Wisdom. Can I do
is-
wisdom for
you-
this?
You
Because
can use
you know.
wisdom for this. This is a measured and thoughtful approach. All right,
Yeah,
13.
no, I don't like that either. My brains.
There's an ace from McSherry to you, Patchy.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna use that and make sure you're the best. Thank you. Oh my god, it was so.
It was dancing on 17 for so long. Unfortunately, oh, there's another ace. Okay. Oh, no, you got it that time.
Brava. Brava.
So, with all of you, you've reached what could be the maximum potential that this can have. This means you will be rolling 3d8, and that'll be how many bombs or objects you can use here in the future. So, give me a 3d8 roll. That's how many applications you got, Patchy.
Big money, no whammies.
Old reference.
10.
It's still on.
You have 10 counter bombs. Well, you've got 10 counter bomb applications. The bombs haven't been made yet.
That's not good. Wait, 10, but not 10 bombs?
You have 10 capsules to be placed in bombs. The bombs aren't there yet.
Should I use my last ace for this to try to make more? I feel like this is very crucial and important.
I mean, I'd give you a roll, but I was selfish for once. Sorry.
Now, just from a GM's perspective, just so you're aware, you know the Vincere have scattered all around the city, and Fort Mesa houses like tens of thousands of people. So there is a lot of target opportunities. It would be better to err on the side of having more than having less. 10, if you were a thinking Vincere, 10 bombs might not cover the whole city. That's 7. 7 is
Wow.
7 is worse than 10.
Oh my god.
What we do an ace from the wonderful audience.
Oh, we already used that.
Out of
one just a
stock.
Oh,
second
that
ago.
was
Yeah.
the ace from the wonderful audience. Oh,
Yep.
good. Okay, never mind.
So it looks like you're able to make
What,
7.
aces are out of stock already?
No, it's have to wait 5
You have to,
minutes.
yeah, you have to wait time. You can't get aces.
We need
very
to have a lengthy
rapidly anymore.
conversation, don't we?
Oh. Did you
So yeah,
guys
tell me
see the-
exactly what's going on with all these visions.
What?
Yeah.
You know what? I feel like we got too much attention already. Come back to us later. Right now, let's see this later.
It's good.
I feel like we don't
I'm
know
going to
who's
give
there,
you-
know what's there. Like, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
going to
let's
give
get
you
them
one
some
chance. I'm going to give you one chance to increase this at this point. That's the only opportunity you have left. That is if Nova sacrifices enough of her own blood that she will take wounds before this next session, next part of the scenes begin.
Am I there?
You were upstairs, but when Patchy realizes that he's starting to run thin on the chemical agent, he could ask for your assistance.
I'll make you a deal. I'll use unicorn tears and cure all your wounds afterwards.
I'm perfectly fine giving my blood to save people. Like, I literally can't not. So, it's fine.
You can't cheat that way, Kaizen. This'll happen
Aw.
before the scene begins.
I'm gonna get her. It's
So-
fine. I'm fine.
All right,
Married all
so
these 3
Nova, for every wound you take, you can give another D6 roll to Patchy.
So, theoretically speaking, we have discussed that Patchy, as a previous Vincere, has a general idea of how many bombs would be counter bombs would be covering the city. How many are we looking at here?
Give me one more brains roll, Patchy, and
Wait,
I'll give you an estimate.
Wait. Didn't I get a Nat 20 first episode about bombs, and I was able to like get a bonus with bombs? I can't see it in my thing, but I think
If
I
you
got
didn't put it on your notes,
I
I'm
don't
sorry,
remember that, but sure, yeah, that happened.
Oh, McSherry's did give us a help.
while keeping an eye out, Kaizen was able to find further materials to help create even better counter bombs.
Ooh.
Now,
Yes,
you may
come on,
have created
where?
got materials that will help create the counter bombs. Those are going to be for Nohu. The material that they needed to actually make the counter agent for the chemicals, unfortunately, McSherry, is a very specific thing, and there's no way to find more of that on a ship that's never been anywhere near it. So Nohu's going to have an easier time with creating the actual counter bombs, but Nova, you still have an option here.
Yes,
Patchy
so
though
you-
was gonna roll brains just to see roughly what he estimates the amount of bombs in the city might be.
And it was appreciated, McSherry.
It was appreciated.
So I roll brains again.
Yes.
Maybe we can dilute it somehow and draw it out a little longer. How potent
That is
does it need to
17.
be?
All right, with a 17, you estimate between 12 and 18 bombs.
12 and 18. We need more. Ah.
And I'm not there, right? Like, I'm hanging up.
You're upstairs. at the
I'm
moment, yeah.
upstairs.
But
hanging
no,
out with Cal.
Patchy came up to see you saying that, Patchy, give us the scene. You are out of materials. You need to extend them. Nova's blood might be the only thing that helps. You don't know anybody else that has it.
Hi, Nova.
You're very. What do you want?
We're kind of low on materials, and I feel like your magical hair or whatnot, that stuff you got, your mojo, might be helpful in making more materials. And I was wondering if you could help us.
Of course, I can help. How much do you make my hair, or like just, I probably look cute with a bob. Maybe one of those side things with the side fade, and just looks super adorable.
I mean, if it were up to me, I feel like hair would work, but
You need
the
blood.
boss in the sky is being a little bit of a dick about it. So apparently we need blood.
You need a liquid agent that is filled with her DNA. A lot of it.
A little
Can't be
bit of
your-
Where's
blood.
Cal?
Ew!
What?
Wait, would
That
Cal
doesn't
work
work
too?
that way.
That is
was
not
just
how
a
that
dirty
works.
statement to be dirty.
Same brain cell, Steven. Same brain cell.
So I was just thinking, good thing I'm not a boy, or too bad
Oh.
I'm not a boy. But that was.
You can't get the half gallon of that. I'm sorry.
I don't know the elf anatomy.
I mean, have you seen him?
Nandor Momoa says, hi. Sorry, go ahead.
I hope also he's not gonna get upset if we because it's a bit of a harmful thing, and I hope he doesn't try to beat me up or something for
I'm like step out around from
material,
Patchy and
but,
say, he needs blood. I don't know why it has to be blood. Probably some kind of dumb alchemy thing. He's dancing around it. He needs blood.
I don't make the rules. So my asshole makes the rules. So
I'm very uncomfortable with your lack of outer clan accent in your scheming.
It's sign language. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't buy it. I mean, you can have some blood. That's fine. Is there a way to? Is there like a transfusion machine, or am I going to have to like bleed out like stigmata style? Like, what is this?
Muriel says, "Well,
Fancy Pants has.
we do have a transfusion device down in the medical office."
Okay.
thank you. Solutions. Thank you, man. This is very helpful. Let's do it. Thank you so much. No, by the way, for your sacrifice, I will admit maybe there's a slight possibility that you might talk to animals. Even though I don't believe it, I'm trying to be nice here, so I'll admit it's not impossible.
He quite literally really talks to animals.
I mean, like literally.
I'm sorry. Apparently, I'm not allowed to not think otherwise. It's like
Fucking roll.
Can I roll brains now?
You can roll brains now, sure.
I mean, Patchy, there's a frog that is my ride or die because I.
Oh shit!
Nat 20.
No! Oh my god! I got a nat 20 for this.
Patchy, so
Right. Now I'm gonna
this
be like
point-
that dude at the end of Airplane that's giving his blood and then just sucks into like a little rubber sack and
All
there's
right.
no more.
something that
reference to
benefits just you directly, specifically, will be that you recognize and identify that you've been being a fool this entire time and that Nova has been able to do the things that she said.
That's not even relevant.
How does that benefit me? I will feel
You
like a
don't
jerk.
have any of that come across your face, and it could remain a secret forever. Something that benefits everybody is you blurt out that you know she can talk to animals now.
I thought he was rolling to get. Was that what you were rolling for?
Yeah,
Yep.
I was rolling
Oh! I was like, wait, I thought this was about my blood. This is totally
No.
irrelevant.
I know, that's why I'm upset that I rolled a 20 for this.
Oh, I'm up to speed.
I rolled brains to not be a dick anymore, and it worked too well.
Congratulations.
About time. At the finale.
Last episode.
The whole season arc. This is
It's
what
concluding.
I'm here
What would make me
for.
realize that, though? What would make me realize that she
What's
gets off
making
animals?
you realize that is
Yeah.
that your memory has been tied off in plenty of places before and is now all starting to come through. You're recognizing that whatever has been programming you forever is starting to slip.
How does that relate to me understanding that she can talk to animals?
Because you believe in the impossible now.
Holy shit! The impossible can work. That means if it's
impossible
impossible,
things
it's
are
actually
happening.
real. You can talk to animals. Oh my god! I've been a dick this whole time. I'm so sorry. Can I get your blood now?
Well, now that you're yelling at me and my blood pressure's up, it should be easier.
Great. Let's do it. That was the point. I mean, yes.
Yeah,
He's like
no. Could you?
Three
Okay.
steps behind.
So Nova, how many wounds
Getting
are you going
He's
to
getting in
take?
trouble for yelling again, I think.
I'm sorry. Also, I'm sorry for yelling and making it disturbing the neighbors, and I'm sorry to you for being a dick this whole time. Now, can we get your blood, and I can stop getting noise complaints?
That was a strange transition, and yes, I would prefer. Nova's actually a little nervous. Looks at Patchy and very sincerely actually says, "Please don't kill me."
You're saying that to me?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. I would much rather not kill you.
I'll keep an
you're
eye
cool.
on him the whole time.
Why do you guys think you need to keep an eye on me? I don't want to kill you all. You guys are
I don't
friends.
think you want to kill me.
Again.
I'm reasonably scared. Why does it always have to be about you, Patchy?
I mean, you don't trust me? Is that what you're saying?
No, I trust you. I've just never had anybody.
Can we just get the blood, please? We have a city to save.
Kaisen's over there trying to meditate a little bit.
I won't kill you. I will
Say it.
try to find another way if it comes to that.
Okay, well, take whatever you need, I guess. Could I get a Gatorade or something?
All right, well then, at this point, Patchy, you will be rolling a d6. Every time you roll, 1 wound will happen to Nova until you are comfortable with the amount of applications you have.
So we need how much again? 18?
18 is the top end of what you believe is going to be there.
How much can a unicorn tier heal?
You won't be able to use that before you arrive.
Yeah, technically all, but the man in the sky again is being a dick.
5 applications,
feels-
1 wound happens to Nova as you're drained of blood. That puts you at 12.
How many wounds is there that person can
I
take?
don't
6 is
even
your
know.
total.
6 and you die. So, you know.
4, that puts you at 16 applications.
How much was it? 18?
Between 12 and 18.
12 to 18 here.
Is there any other material I can find to do the last 2 or something?
I'm fine.
Not
Ash,
that
I'm
you're
not
aware
judging.
of on the ship.
Yours.
You don't have much of a choice right now.
It only hurts a lot. It's fine.
I mean, God damn it.
Usually it doesn't. Having your blood drain doesn't. Yeah. I'm assuming this is just like a trip to the red.
You tell that
Are
to
you-
3
are
weeks
you-
ago Anna, who almost passed out when her blood was
Are
dropping.
you awake while I do this?
Yeah, I'm awake while you.
She's
do
just
that.
in there
Okay,
staring at you as you take blood
I
from
need a little bit more to
No.
play it safe. We can try like this too, but it's up to you. And I
Do
don't
it.
know how weak you feel. You sure?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
You received a +1 on your next roll.
Yay!
Okay, this one gets a +1.
her. All right, well, that gives you a 2. So
And that's
that puts you at 18. Exactly.
I
18.
knew it. I knew you were gonna roll one on it. I knew it.
So Nova has 3 wounds out of 6 and is now sitting there feeling dizzy, lightheaded, and a little pale. Muriel comes over and gives you some drinks and just says, "Take
Give you a
this,
cookie.
just drink that." By the time that
Here,
this
a
has
cookie?
occurred, Patchy's
Hold
been
up.
working the whole time.
Hold Felicia. She can be helpful. Maybe.
She starts purring in your lap.
You
And
can talk about cat stuff, maybe catnip or something. I don't know.
so Patchy, this whole time you've been working,
She
you've
says
been
that's
putting
a gross stereotype.
you've
Well,
been
then why
putting
does she
together
like it so much?
this anti-agent chemical, and you now have 18 tiny vials. As long as Nohu's operation doesn't break any of these, you'll have 18 applications that you can use when you get to the city. So,
He's so delicate.
Oh shit.
we see you and Clay and Kaizen all working on these. At the point that Nohu is unconscious next to Kiara, and Nova sitting
Unconscionable?
inside of the medical room.
Sorry, I think you meant on top of Kiara, please.
On top of, yes, well, curled around with tail like all over your leg and like holding you in place. So Kiara, Nova, you are inside the medical room while Nohu's asleep, and you're supposed to be creating a delivery vector for the anti-agent.
I would have offered Nova Nohu as like a weighted blanket as her blood was being drawn. Here, please take it.
I have Felicia. I'm okay. Thank you, though.
Take
His
Nohu
tongue is
take
lolling.
Nohu as well. It is really moist.
I'm good with the kitty.
So
Thank you.
Nova is currently being used as a blood bag to help fuel this anti-chemical agent.
Wow.
And cannot get up from the position where you are working. But Kiara, at this point, while they're working on that, it is brought to your attention. Crimson Pleasure, thank you for the raid, by the way. Hi!
Well, hi.
It is brought to your attention that you're getting closer to the city. It's becoming paramount that these bombs are made, and you might have to help Nohu, a groggy, drugged Nohu, make these bombs.
Can I just slap him awake?
Give me a tough roll, Nohu, as a slap comes across the side of your decidedly rough, aggressively pokey face that almost like cuts Kiara's hand.
Do I get any modifiers for these? The drugs or anything?
Yes,
Just straight.
you will be at +4 to this to not wake up. 7. So she slaps you hard enough that your eyes pop open. One of them kind of spins around in its socket for a second.
Wake up.
Ah, wow, everything's spinning around.
You have explosive devices to make.
I do?
Yep.
That's Weird. Usually I
If you
just
do
like...
not get off of me in like the next 6 seconds, I'm going to stab you.
All right. 6 seconds. All right. 1, 2.
That's on me. This is completely on me, and I'm willing to accept this.
84. Yeah, all right. I'm standing up. Am I
Type 6
standing up?
up.
Am I standing up or am I still laying down? I can't really tell.
I'm gonna try and pick
She
him
just
up. And
he rolls
set him
over
up.
onto the floor and lands on his face.
Is that what- Good morning.
I got it. Yeah. Bombs, right? We
Correct.
got bombs. I want bombs. We all love bombs. Is that what
So-
we need?
Nohu, you like stumble a little bit out of the medical office, wondering why everything both seems incredibly big and also like so small the further away it gets.
Just like life, man. That's just what we are. Always so small in the grand scale of things. And we think ourselves so big. And I need to go to the bathroom. Is there a bathroom?
There
I
is.
think this corner will work. Just
There's a bathroom straight across the hall from you. You can see the little
yeah,
doors.
straight across
Do you
this
need me to
corner.
send someone in there with you to make sure you don't drown yourself in the toilet?
No, don't look at me at the corner. I'm in the bathroom.
I was not okay.
You see him like walk into the corner and his head just goes against the corner of the wall and he says he's in the bathroom.
Not my ship. If he wants to pee in the corner, that's.
That is
And
not
it's happened
pee.
on the Zephyr.
That was not pee. Anyway.
Anyway. Still not my ship.
So, Nohu, what do you attempt to do now that you know that you need to create some sort of transportation vector for bombs?
So, as I think I understand, we need to like spread all of these thingamajigs across the town. Is it a town? Is it a city? Is
It's
it
a
a
city.
subway? Is it a sandwich?
Probably one of all of those
Sandwich.
things. You'll need to put the bombs basically in the middle of the other bombs, wherever the place that the largest amount of the chemical is being dispersed from.
So, a thought comes to mind that seeing how Miocenis, we're still Miocenis, this is right, she's still Miocenis, right? Yeah. So, considering how rainy it is here all the time, thus creating the bombs to actually form as clouds and to rain all over the city, does that seem like a viable method for dispersion?
Not with the amount of time you have. You can't make rain or storm cloud dispersal agents without probably a week or two of work.
He can do anything. He's no who.
His hands literally can't move fast enough.
I guess I have to. Ooh, these are bombs that, or these are devices that are spreading the chemical or whatever it is, the other agent we're trying to neutralize, right?
Yeah, so you're basically trying to create some way to force the gas that you're making into the gas they have, neutralizing it and turning it into water vapor.
Sounds like an issue for bombs. Yeah, something explodey, something that gets really into the heart of things and just jam it in and give it like an hydro pump. Yeah, with hydro, which is water or sweat. I don't know, one of those two.
Know who's rambling and very obviously out of his goddamn mind, Kiara.
I'm gonna slap him again.
She walks over thinking she can fix you like a broken TV. Bonk!
Yep.
Oh my goodness. You want to be married? My assistant. All right, let's go. I'll just drag Kiara over to the, I don't know, the place where the jigs and the clinky clinks do.
You walk over to where you can see some scrap and some supplies and some tools laying about on the floor. And what type of device are you going to try to make these into? You going to try to do something that aerosolizes them, or that just explodes and blasts it everywhere, or turns it into like a sprinkler system of some kind? What is your ideal bomb that is going to counteract these look like?
The ideal bomb is going to be an exploding one that uh, gives the best bang for their buck, in that spread it all over the place, in not so much of a mist, but in like the gooeyest and most liquidy form that it can be made,
Yeah.
like Slimer. Yeah,
So
like
a
Slimer.
snot bomb. You're going to attempt
Snot
to create
bomb.
this into a large snot bomb. Got it.
Yeah.
You walk out into the hall and you grab the first vial, and you set it up and you start working around it because it needs to be housed in the heart of this thing. If you fail, bad enough. At any of these, you will break some of these vials. There are 18 of them. Kiara, you're there to assist. You get to choose what stat you're going to use and explain how you are doing that to try to assist Nohu as he works on these bombs. Nohu,
Don't
you're
waste
making
my
a brains
blood.
roll and taking modifications based on the tools you have, and then having a negative for the first hour because of your intoxication. Kiara, what stat are you going to use to try to assist?
Agile, 100%.
So you're going to try to keep Nohu from moving things in the wrong spots or setting off explosions and that kind of stuff. Got it.
Have you ever seen like Whose Line Is It Anyway, where they do like not my hands?
You're going to
That
be
kind of
Nohu's
situation.
hands.
I'm going to be his hand. And he's going to be so high he thinks they're his hands.
There you go. All right, so with Kiara as Nohu's hands, Nohu, give me a brains roll. Kiara, give me an agile roll, and we'll see what happens in the first hour.
Oof.
Right.
Not great.
That doesn't
So-
give any benefits there.
All right. Well, considering how terrible of an idea it is for Nohu to be working on such a delicate process, does my quirk react to it? Luck favors the bold. Or
I
this
think,
stupid.
yes, you're doing something very foolish right now. So basically making bombs while stoned out of your mind? Yeah, that's foolish.
You know it. Don't try this at home, kid.
Oh, that was almost in that 20.
Almost.
Still gets a 16.
Oh yeah, is that like a failure?
That is not a failure on the first part, except the fact that Kiara has dragged you down by 1. That does put you underneath the number that you need.
Grumble, 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 gonna ace it, grumble, grumble. Is that better?
That is better. So, with the two of you together, the first hour goes by without a hitch. You end up with, I guess that would be half of them. So 9 bombs created. And then the drugs begin to wear off, and you start realizing you've been doing all these things while completely zonked. Nohu.
That just means how amazing I am. Do you have any more of those candies you gave me before?
No, they were in the bottom of my purse. I have no idea what they were.
Oh man. Wait, I think I threw up some of them like before.
No,
Can I go over
no,
them, lick them?
no.
Nohu starts
No.
moving towards the corner where there's a pile of vomit.
Grab him by the scruff.
Give me
and
an
just
agile roll.
throw
See
him
if you can
back.
keep Nohu from eating his own refuse.
Stop it! Spit it out! Drop it.
Nohu, give me an agile roll to try to get a hold of this stuff.
What do you have in your mouth?
No, Kiara keeps you away from it a little bit at a time, stops it, and then cleans it up.
You don't understand the genius. You
Drop
don't
it.
understand that I need
Drop
it.
it.
That's what makes me what I am. I wasn't like on drugs before, so I
Okay.
don't know.
No, and Kiara, give me the second round of rolls, now no longer in drug-induced stupors. And we'll see what
Not
happens.
great.
13 with a Kiara, and a
I
17.
told you it was useless without them. I'm gonna ace
You
it.
did
All right.
fine.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Oh.
wow, that's way worse.
God damn it.
So close, and I'll.
You are
Yeah.
going to lose. Alright, there's another ace. Ooh,
Yes.
25. You are able to make all of the bombs able to be used. They can be detonated with the press of a button or over time. If someone is nearby when these go off, they might take some damage. They'll likely be coated in slime. That's possibly a problem.
Winners don't use drugs, kids. Hooray!
You heard
So-
it here.
we now see everybody else getting what little rest they can. Everybody other than Nova. No, Nova, you'll also get this. So everybody has the dispersal done based on their regen for 2 hours worth of rest. And everybody except for Nova will heal as well for their regen.
What if I used chaos on myself to do my kiss it better?
I will allow you to attempt that as soon as the engagement begins and see what happens in the skies above the city.
Who am I getting engaged to? What's happening?
A quick question, remind me, how does...
Romantic proposal first.
That's fair, please.
Gosh.
How does regen and wounds work?
Regen does not get rid of wounds. Medical aid has to be done
That's
to
what I
have your
thought.
wounds go away. So if you have a wound, it will remain there unless you got aid during that time that you were resting.
I can aid someone in their healing.
You can give us a brains roll. We'll just say
Because I'm
that
gonna
you-
redisperse it anyway. So
Yeah.
I got who is it? Is it Clay?
It's Clay. Yeah.
I have one wound, so it's not that
I
big a
got you.
deal.
I
but-
got you.
Okay, cool.
Let me help. If I can roll it. Hello.
Is it not working?
Okay.
It's not. There we go.
There it goes. Nope.
Well, it was supposed to have a modifier of 1. which
Even with
didn't.
1, it would only be a 5. Unfortunately, that's not going to be good enough to fix
I'm
it.
tired. I'm sorry. I tried.
She takes a
It's
look at
over.
it, bandages it up. The pain seems to fade a little bit, but it doesn't seem to really be getting better right now.
I feel right is right. I'm basically not even wounded.
Okay. So, +1 adherent level. So actually would have been more. And it doesn't say I have to roll. It just says I have to use the ability, and then I.
Oh, you're using Kiss It Better on Clay? I thought you were
Yeah.
using medical aid.
No, I know medical aid. I
Okay,
mean, not
well,
really.
with Kiss It Better, the wound is gone. So if you use
Okay.
an overload for that, then that's fine.
That's what I did, because we're gonna go ahead and regen anyway. So I do that before, and then I'm like,
All right.
pass out.
So your adherent goes over and just licks across the side of your face, and the pain goes away.
That's fun because I can hear it do that, but not see it do that.
Yep. You hear
that.
a licking, slurping noise, but you don't feel it. It's just like someone did it in your ear, that sound.
You're welcome.
All right. So at this point,
Just thumbs up.
we see the Zephyr, piloted by Cal, and with everybody else on board, standing upon the deck. Each one of you is standing around a table that has a large selection of these unique bombs. What do they look like, Noah? Can you describe what they actually look like?
Well, they have the shape of like whose like head in a bit of a like egg shaped, but they are like painted to have like whose like big like mouth just being open handed like rah, like he's about to spit fire on you. But it's going to be ooze, a lot of ooze.
He's just gonna. So you've got Nohu head egg-shaped bombs that are about to vomit mucus all over everyone, all sitting on this table around you. Cal, you move to each one of them and proceed to provide them with a jump set. It's got safe tech, goggles, and face mask with a bit of self-contained atmosphere to protect them from the gases they're going to be jumping down into. This is sometimes used for spacewalks and whatnot in the void. And they've got a small jetpack that can lift them down to the ground and back up to the ship one time.
All right, mates, get your safe tech whatever so you can all
Jumpsuit.
survive this jumpsuit. That thing. You're going to get to use it to jump back to the ship once, so use it carefully. Here you go.
He hands
Can I
everybody
use my
everybody's-
wings more than once?
Do not engage with him. He'll just keep talking.
If I say no, does that mean you're going to stop using your wings all the time?
Probably.
I mean, just to reach the ship.
Kind
Only at the most-
Scott, use your wings however you want, mate. What the fuck? I like him. I think we need someone like him in the crew. I think we're missing this.
As you are approaching Fort Mesa.
Give us your resume, mate. Give us your resume. We might need you.
Oh, I was already like captain from another ship. I led them very, very good. Yeah.
Oh, wow, he's got captain experience too. That's fun.
You remember
Yeah.
seeing him on the Archimedes.
Wait a minute. Wait. Weren't you in the Archimedes?
Yeah, the Alcibiades. Yeah, with the Spiros.
Spiros.
I'm not going to correct that. I like that. I think we should change it to Spiros. Oh, they won't see that coming.
I mean, you're the captain.
I
And you're the admiral.
I think we need to revitalize our image anyway, because, if we were already expecting the Sparrows thing, so we need to, kapow! Surprise them, you know what I mean?
You
So
heard it
maybe
here
Spiros,
first,
come on.
audience. Next season, season 2, Spiros.
I like that.
Uh,
I like the Spiros. But, so what you doing here then? Wait,
Oh, you know.
saying you deserted your post.
Oh no, because I'm here now and I'm, saving the planet. And I don't worry, like past me and future me were there already. Well, future me already like kind of disappear into a bunch of space. That was past me is still there. So technically, I haven't like left any post. Technically, I'm on 2 posts at the same time, so I should be paid double.
I warned you not to engage with him. This is your own fault.
Well,
So,
can't argue with that. That seems pretty legitimate to me.
Muriel standing up to the side
we'll,
goes,
we'll let you.
I'm
the
gonna
other you
sign.
know.
Oh, and I take care of all their pay, so you can just hand that over to me.
as you're standing there, Muriel points out, Cal, and
Yes.
everybody looks off to the side where you can see the city approaching. You see explosions begin rocking through the city, and you see large plumes of green smoke begin rising up all over. There's individuals that start streaming out of the walls and the doors, and vessels start trying to leave very quickly. Gunfire and shots take down some of the ships in the harbor and in the void port, which begin crashing to the ground.
Is that the terrorist attack you all were talking about? We'll take care of your job interview later. Let's go take care of this.
Everybody now roll initiative for me so we can determine
No,
what order you go in.
Start it! God damn it!
We got
Too late.
babies.
We did! Look at that party time! With all the biddies that provides an ace to everybody on the ship tonight.
Thanks,
Ah,
buddy.
we're late.
For a very important date.
Then it
Mine is
rolls.
the
Kiara
Hello
gets a
Football. I'm
9
late,
with a
I'm late,
critical
I'm late.
failure.
No, I aced it.
You have aced it? Okay, there we
I
go.
got a
So you
15
got a
instead.
15. If you would, when I ask for you, tell me what your number was. That's a quicker way to do it than trying to find these every time. Kaizen.
26.
Nova.
15.
Already got Kiara. Clay.
15 also. We're so
Copycat.
on the same team.
Nohu.
Same
9.
And Patchy.
19. Oh, should I roll for
And
Cal as well?
Cal, yes, because you have the Zephyr to control with Cal.
I thought Cal wasn't Cal Ronan anymore. I thought he was
28.
Cal McCree.
He's whatever he wants to go by. Cal McCree has brought... I think that Alice would have told him not to use that name while doing piracy.
Well,
She
you know
would
you know
not.
what? If that's what she says, I would do it. I would be Cal McCree, the fearsome pirate.
All right, well then you're Cal McCree, not Ronan.
Well, do I want to be that big of a dick? Yeah, why not?
All right, fine.
I think we're all
The
questioning why he just
Steer
doesn't
has
go by
provided
Daddy.
all of you an ace for the events about to transpire.
Yay! Thank you. All of you.
Wait, does Cal get these aces as well?
Yes.
Ooh.
His will be for
Oh.
airship maneuvers. Now, we are entering into a cinematic scene. Every single one of you will really only get one action that determines what you're doing. Enemies, unless they're very important, if you overcome them, you basically defeat them right away. If they overcome you, there will be either a setback or you'll start taking damage to yourself as you do this. There is 5 victory tokens necessary in order for you to succeed against the Vincere. If the Vincere reach 5 before you, they will take the city down so bad that it will not recover for some time. So, when we begin here, each one of you is on board this map on the Zephyr. At any point in time, when it is your turn, you can state, I would like to drop down. When you drop down, you can start engaging with the city. Some of these little pins, some of these little locations on the map that have these bombs emanating from them, which I think... Are you able to see the tokens?
I do not. I only see the map.
Can you see them now?
Nope, not
Okay.
any other token.
Make all links. Can you see them now?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Each one of those tokens is where a plume of smoke is rising up from, and I will describe what's there. They've got information on them as you get closer to them. Once you have jumped down, you can only jump back up once, but you can move on the ground as well to try to assist others. It will be impossible for you to take out all of these just from the air, and it will be impossible to take down all of these if you stick together. So you will have to kind of pick and choose where you launch yourself, where you head towards these things, and as you take these threats on in the city. It is too large to accomplish in a small space, and you will have to spread out in order to actually accomplish more by covering more ground. So the very first thing that happens is we see the Zephyr. From the ground, nobody currently sees you as a threat. The Zephyr has the option of looking like a merchant vessel or a peacekeeper vessel. Either one of those will potentially be problematic. A merchant vessel, the Vincere will probably try to take out. A peacekeeper vessel, obviously, other way around. Merchant vessel is more likely going to be a target from everyone, but might be seen as a Vincere threat by the peacekeepers. And a peacekeeper vessel, the Vincere will immediately see as a threat. So, Cal, how do you disguise your ship?
Question.
Yes.
I mean, like right now, though, the Vincere is blowing up things, and I feel like the Peacekeepers would be too worried trying to clear the smoke, right?
No, they're currently trying to assess where all the threats are and make sure that no more arrive. If there's a ship coming towards them that is in the middle of all these explosions, rather than running away, they're going to assume the worst.
Other question. I remember when we were playing. I was playing Cal before. The Zephyr had, like, it had other capabilities with each mode, like one that was faster and everything.
Yeah.
Is there anything like that with the Peacekeeper or Merchant?
The Peacekeeper will have more firepower of its own and will have increased armor. The merchant vessel's primarily used to infiltrate, so to look less like a threatening thing.
But is it faster?
It is faster than the other one, yes.
You're saying the Peacekeepers can attack the Peacekeeper, the Merchant vessel as well?
Yes, the Peacekeeper will. The merchant vessel is more likely to be attacked by the Peacekeepers than the Vincere, and it's faster. And then the Peacekeeper one is slower, more firepower.
I'll be Peacekeeper.
But, okay.
So I guess I don't know if that's.
All right, so you are trundling in there in the shape of a Peacekeeper barge, attempting to respond to the problems engaged in the city. And as we fly in, the Zephyr with Peacekeeper can move. Let's see, it's going to be 7 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where do you want to go within 7, Cal, as you're piloting the direction? There are all these little pins. Each one of them is a threat of some kind. Obviously, you could try to get to the closest ones first, or you could try to do some assessment, but that's going to take some time. Everybody's on the deck now, seeing all of this happening. As you're kind of staring out in horror at the side of the city, you can see just people running to and fro in the streets. Some of them are like crawling over each other.
Would assessment? No, sorry, finish.
Go ahead. You can say something. Go for it.
Would assessment stop my round? Like, will stop my action?
Assessment will remove 2 of your move every time you do.
I'm gonna try to move myself towards the closest bit 7, like the area with the 4 pins.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna try
towards
to
the center
assess
of that
as
a
we
little
move
bit.
from there.
All right, so you're gonna assess as you move. That'll give you.
No, I'm gonna first move in. I'm gonna
Okay.
try to assess in the next round
The
as
next
we
round.
move through it.
All right, so you move into this position, and that puts you over A1 primarily. So, clustered buildings filled to the brim with shrieking and panicking civilians running from fire clouds of choking energy are here. Those on the edge are collapsing to the ground in spasms of agony. They will need the anti-chemical quickly to be saved. The bomb seems to have originated in an alleyway between the buildings. If you wish to get rid of this bomb, you will either need to be really accurate in where you drop off this counter agent, or you'll need to send someone down to actually put this out. So, it is now Kaizen's turn. You're the first one to act on this. So what are you choosing to do? You wait? You want to join? You want to talk about something? Strategize? What are you doing?
All right, so this is a big city, and obviously we are going to have to split up or get into small groups. What are we all thinking, and what is this ship capable of?
Treat it like a carpool, have us drop us off places.
I mean,
Should we pair up, go one-on-one?
a lot of firepower. Also, since they can see us as peacekeepers, maybe we can radio in down there and say we're peacekeeper reinforcements and specialists here to take care of this, and maybe they'll send help.
I have a connection with peacekeepers. That's my first go-to. Hopefully get some organization here.
Do you need to go down, or do you need a radio?
I was gonna go down.
Clay, you can't speak right now.
Do you need a translator?
Probably.
If you would like, I will go with you.
All right.
Where do you want to get dropped off?
Clay,
Rob doesn't know where.
from where you're at, you know that there is a peacekeeper building over here. The main peacekeeper training grounds is up near the Noble Estates, which is actually over here. The last time you visited your son, he was on the east wall rather than the west one. There's more of them around the city, but you're pretty close to where Chase was at.
Where would be the biggest concentration of peacekeepers and peacekeeper vehicles?
So each edge of the actual walls would be where they're at primarily, as they're ready to leave and travel out into the swamps. So every one of these main gates is going to be where the biggest concentration of those are that are not just trainees. Up there at the estates, that's where they send all of the ones that are being security force trained, and there's a lot of individuals there, but none of them are battle hardened or battle ready.
Understood.
Mike, we can also try to radio in, since they think we're peacekeepers, and try to figure out where your contact is. Mary, try to make a connection. Yes, right now. Go.
Of course. You see her rush over to the radio, start calling in. You hear a bunch of chatter, a bunch of screaming, a lot of panicked voices over the radio. Captain, there's so much going on right now. It's in panic mode. They need to figure out. It's going to be a while before they clear things up enough that they can start taking orders.
Say we're experts sent by Avalon or whatever.
We're experts sent by Avalon to come and take care of this. What?
Mention the name Steel Sorrow.
Steel Sorrow!
There's someone named Steel Sorrow out there. We need to talk with them. No, we don't. Comms chat. Captain, they're a bit curious about how we arrived so quickly and how we're knowing who their commander is and why we're seeking them out directly over the middle of this attack.
Say that we were, what's the agent's name? What was the Secret Service called? Caleb, wait, what the fuck, Caleb? You here.
The DAD.
Caleb, tell me some DAD lingo to convince them. Come on. I'm asking you, Ty. I don't know what's your DAD lingo.
Caleb looks at you and goes,
on
that was a long time ago. I don't know what they do
come on.
now.
I know you secretly spy on them sometimes.
I mean, yeah. Can Nova do that, though?
You could possibly know some DAD statements, but give me a brains roll, just so you can identify what's going on, or what you might be able to do.
But everything's negative. Nope.
You are in too much pain to think clearly.
I'm such a fucking damsel.
Caleb, tell me who was head of the DAD, or would be alive today in the DAD.
I know that question, right, though? I know who the head of the DAD would be. Well, at least 5 years ago, right?
You would have known them 5 years ago, yeah.
It used to be Hams Ferdinand. I don't know. Who was it?
Ferdinand.
All right.
He was responsible for World War
Let's try
I
short
because
the
he
dog.
was murdered.
They were sent by the DAD. They already knew about the threat, and they were sending us beforehand. But we were too late. But we're now here to help. Hans Ferdinand sent us.
Muriel comes back with why they're asking us why we didn't inform them the attack was going to happen earlier, and some civilians came and told us instead.
Tell them we're now suspicious about those civilians. Then I don't know. We were on our way.
I'm gonna give Muriel one last roll here, and
do they want help or not?
I
Also, the
mean,
question.
You know, I've
Did
Would
learned
Cal
to help
use an
you.
ace for Mario? Mario?
No.
I do have to say that having had Clay around for so long, sometimes less is more when you're lying.
So, you have her turn to you and go, they think we're part of the problem now.
Quick, turn into a merchant ship!
Yes.
Give me that radio. Give me that
He
radio.
hands the
Loop
radio
around the
over to
block
you.
and change and then come back.
You hear
It's
screaming.
like in like Grand Theft Auto where you like dip into the garage real quick
Yeah.
and then come back out a different color and you're like, hey!
This
So-
is D&D Officer Wesley A.B. Caleb Cal.
You hear like screaming coming from the other side of the radio. We need some assistance down here. There's too
Where
many
are the
bombs.
assistants,
We
you
got people
asshole?
firing at us. Oh, it's the Vincere. They've engaged.
We are the assistants, asshole. If I was fucking Vincere, would I be speaking to you? If through the radio, I would have to clap my hands, you idiot.
We'll return to this Cal moment in just a second.
Uh.
As the Vincere begin operating within the city, we now have a couple of rolls made. And wait, they came off the map. Hold on. There we are. All right. From down below you, there's a and you see some sort of object flying up into the air towards the ship. As an RPG is fired from below.
Oh, good. I like role-playing games.
Cal, you've rushed over and grabbed a hold of the radio. Nobody's at the wheel.
Whiskers, you know the fucking
You were-
protocol here.
He's like, look, you were just, and I walked away, and he like rushes
Come
towards
on.
the steering
Come
wheel
on.
real quick. Give us an agile roll, Cal, as you have the ship fired upon.
Agile. Okay.
And I could dive for it too.
Wait, I need to look at Caleb's abilities.
With a 16 versus the opponent's shot that comes up from the ground, you twist the ship out of the way as you see this just and explode in the air above you. It shakes a little. Everybody has to like hold on to the edge of the ship a little bit, and it's Patchy's turn at the moment. Patchy, you're standing on the deck. It is too late. Your brethren have engaged. They're starting to hurt people. That chemical agent's spreading out. The anti-bondy agent will start to dissolve pretty much everything in here in a chain reaction unless you get these chemical agents down into those things to dissolve it right away. That's
Oh, no.
I would.
That was so fucking
Change.
slick.
Costume change. God damn it, God damn it. What do I do? What do you do? This can't happen again. Where can we even go?
So from where you're at, somebody could jump off the ship and head towards the first pin using the little jumpsuit. Or you can wait like everybody else is and try to make more plans.
But those people are gonna die again.
I do
Yes.
the buddy system and jump.
I feel like we don't have time to make a plan because we really
Just
didn't
buddy
have a
system
set
and
of
jump.
picks.
2x2. Let's go.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's like you could make a plan. Oh, people are dying, but if you want to stay and make a plan, oh shit, look at those people die. But if you want to make a plan, it's fine. Everyone's dying. Did I tell you?
Patchy,
I know Vincere protocols and stuff. Where would they be centered around?
So
where,
give
where would
me-
I know Vinceres are spread out, but where's the chain of leadership? Where would they be?
give me your brains roll so you can determine where the leaders might be.
It can't happen again. Can't happen again.
9. I will give you with a 9 one location that would obviously stick into your mind.
Okay.
You remember telling your brethren, back when you used to lead them, that they always had to cover an escape route first. That way there was always a direction they could travel, because the attacks were never supposed to go on indefinitely. You would never went in with the intention of taking over everything, because you knew you were outnumbered and it was a matter of time. You believe that the train station to the west will probably be where the main leadership is.
Okay. Okay. I think the leaders are probably in that direction. We probably should fly that way, but we should also try to take care of the ones that are down there. So I guess we need to go in groups.
I plan to jump down now.
Kiara is
who should-
planning to jump at this moment. Is anybody else jumping with Kiara?
Hey!
Damn it!
know who's gonna
Ah.
jump
One
with
person
Kiara.
didn't want to go with me.
Please, okay. Please try to save them, and please don't die. Also, thank you for coming after me earlier. I don't mean to give you shit all the time.
Yes, me.
As he jumps off.
Bye. I hope to see you
So-
later. You two know
so-
who we have a lot to do together.
I storming the game.
So Kiara's
That's
gonna jump off
exactly
of
what I
this
thought.
first with Nohu, but Clay, are you going to wait as well? Or are you going to jump with them and head off, or what are you doing?
So, what I heard is that right now a good place to go would be the gate there. So the little pin by the gate, because
Alright. So you're gonna head towards
So-
that one. Using the jumpsuit, you'd have to run a distance afterwards, but the ship could continue heading in that direction. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for Cal to move the ship, turn it around, and head back over
Mhm.
towards the wall.
I think Clay wants to just get down there first.
All right. So
and let
Clay's
the
runs
ship
to
go
the
where it will.
Clay runs to the left side of the ship, while Kiara and Nohu run to the right side of the ship. Kaizen, are you going with Clay or not? If you stretch
Yes.
yourself out over here, you're going to be so far away from the rest of the city that you might not be able to reach some of these other pins.
You're on your own, Clay. Wait, how are you going to talk to them, though?
I'll find someone who can speak ski.
All
You
right,
are
best of
on
luck to you.
Miocenis.
Nohu and I can wait. Nohu and I can wait.
You
and
are
go
on
later
Miocenis. Most of the Silver Shield Peacekeepers will know the language, or at least many of them will.
I don't
It's
like Clay
good.
going alone.
I've got a
I think
plan.
this is a horrible idea.
No, it's fine.
All right, so Kiara, you're going to go with Nohu, and then Clay's on the other side of the ship. And we see you're up next. The two of you line up into the position. You have these little suits on. You've never skydived before, and you are about 100 feet up at the moment. So, you know, there's a
Before
couple little.
Clay jumps in, I want to give him a hug.
You
'Cause I
give
don't know if I'm going to see him again.
you give Clay a hug.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I push Nohu so he goes first.
She turns over after hugs Clay, and you notice that Nohu's like wrapped around your leg, hugging you in return as well. You know, group hug and all that. And then you just turn and kick, and he just woof goes over the side, falling backwards and sideways, wearing this little suit he doesn't need, as he falls through the air. And you turn towards it, and you look back to the rest of everybody else. You see Clay there, looking back over his shoulder at you again, silent, unfortunately, like some of the first times of his life. And as the two of you plunge over either side, and we have Kaizen, Nova, and Patchy standing on the deck with the rest of the Zephyr crew.
I want to be very clear that we took some of these bombs with us.
Of course.
The anti-bomb bombs.
How many did each one of you take? That's the question.
There's 18, right?
Yes. So are you going to take like a
Right
couple?
Now,
Are
there
you going
seems
to take a
be
few?
Not 18 though, right? There seems to be like 12 on that.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plumes of smoke, some of them bigger than others. There might be multiple bombs at some of these sites.
I'm going to take 3.
All right, so
Three as
Kiara's going to
well.
grab 3, 2. So write these down on your notes, please.
What's an
Nohu?
even split? 12.
I'll take 3.
All right. So there's 6 of you, and there's 18 bombs. 3 apiece would be what you could do.
Well, we also should keep some on the ship, too.
Yeah, because you can drop some of them from the ship to get rid of some of
I'll
these.
grab 2.
All right, so
yeah, let's
2,
grab 2.
2, 2, 3, 3. Or 3, 2. 3? Okay.
1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
So 2, 2, 2 is 6 plus 3 plus 3 is 6. That's 12. Patchy, how many do you want to grab?
So everyone's getting 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess I'll get 2, but I'm
All right,
thinking if
so
I'm facing
that-
the leadership, there might be a bigger bomb with them. So maybe a third one might make
All right,
sense.
so if you take 3, that leaves 3 on board the Zephyr to be dropped from the air. That's it. We see them jump over the side, and as they begin plummeting down through the air, the scene fades to black as we go to our break for tonight. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We will be returning with the climactic events that are occurring within the city here, hoping that everybody turns out okay and everything turns out right.
You don't hope that, Ty. You know it.
I mean, you know, whatever good media is. That's
That's right.
He doesn't need me ranting, stomping in and out of the house when it doesn't work
She
out right. That's
will-
usually what I do.
I mean, I have to say to our audience, when we return, unfortunately, there will be no redemptions for the rest of the night. So we will be flying by the seat of our
The
pants
Sparrows got redemption!
as we try
Yeah,
to see
they
what
did.
happens. You are in a situation
Well, now
the
it's gonna be
where
Sparrows
stomping
got
around the house,
redemption.
Shannon.
the
What?
chemical
Yeah,
agents that are
I'll
down.
go get
All right,
stomping.
everybody, we'll see you later. We'll be right back in 10
Go
minutes.
stomp now!
Wait, no.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dreams of Silver and Stone.
Nightmares.
And yeah, I have been bullied into allowing aces
Night
to still
terrors.
be redeemed. So
Whoa.
those are still out
I
there,
didn't bully.
Good job,
but
Shane. Good
everything else
stomping.
is still gone.
She strongly implied there's a difference.
Just drinking my tea.
It's not bullying if it's for a good
I
cause.
want their comfort
you,
blanket. I get
Senna.
it. I get it. I get it. The audience is too
We
powerful.
just want equitable treatment.
Equitable.
and
There was
equality.
I made them
between
kill their
groups.
friend. Give me a break. Anyway.
But you made him.
It's bold of you to assume I'm not going to kill Nohu.
Yeah.
So Kiara,
Plus, Benjamin had a
Yep.
really good
you are on the
time.
map now. Clay, you
Benjamin
are
did.
on the map now. And know who you are on the map now. You've been moving on your turn. You can move 2 squares every round. That's as far as you are, just showing how quickly you're moving through the city. Enemy forces and things like that will be showing up. Peacekeeper forces and things like that will be showing up. And then we'll see how that plays out as you run into them. So, at this point, it is Nova's turn aboard the ship. And she just leaves on me. Fine, just leave. Just cause.
Still not over the whole redemption thing, okay?
Sorry, what happened?
It's okay. It is your turn aboard the vessel now. So as you stand there, your friends leap off into the void on the other side and dive down. And you see little jets as they get closer to the ground.
Cool. I guess I'll hold. I'm not sure what my current motivation would be on here. I'm wounded. I don't have any way of healing.
I have a med kit. I could help you.
Okay. Maybe. But you have something you need to do.
You do have one thing that could heal you. One thing you know about that not a lot of people know about. You know that Cal Jester McCree is an Incadus of life.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
True. Just stand near me. I
Okay,
suppose.
so just like suddenly like the face, the pouty eyes, and Cal, can you still do that healing thing?
Oh, of course. What happened to you?
She's very
well-
pale.
I'm an elf. I'm always pale. But no, well, Patchy took my blood to make the anti-bombs, and
What?
I'm feeling a little lightheaded.
Are we wrecked? That's mean.
He asked. It's fine. But yeah, no, guess what? I'm like a princess or something.
I mean, you always knew that, Cal.
What? I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
No, heal. Can you we got bombs and
Kaizen
Of course
meditating
I
just
can,
rolls his
Nova.
eyes.
Please come near me so I can try to heal you. Come here, Nova.
you're not Nandor.
But I like
Stop
Nandor.
it, Sinan.
You look like Nandor in the art.
He did, yes, but no.
I used to be a soldier. I used to be Ottoman conqueror, the relentless. Come here.
Okay, fine. I mean, come here. Let me look at that thing of yours.
It's my blood.
Oh, that's weird. I'll try to channel all my healing energy on it then.
So
You could, yeah. I don't somehow. I don't know. Like spur red cell growth.
Come here, little
Regenerative.
blood. Let me try to fix you. Come here. Ooh. I will use my power.
So
now.
since before you have been around, your powers have increased, Cal. You now have calming light as well as your happy-go-lucky skills. You can enhance your healing aura.
I
more
mean,
than
I
before.
guess I have something called calming light. Apparently, it just emanates from it. Let me just try to. I'm just gonna stop battling on. It's just been a while.
So give me
I missed you, Nova.
I missed-
Let me just take her.
Give me a magical roll if you would, and we'll see if you're able to give Nova some health back.
She is already a little more color in her cheeks as she's blushing.
Well, that's good, because Cal got a critical failure on his...
And then it goes away.
I
And
would've-
she
I
looks
would-
very pale.
After all these years, I feel like I would have more than a 0 in my magical.
Is this working? I don't.
Wait, I mean,
I
oh
feel
wait,
a little
no.
funny.
It's compassion. Oh, so I'm not
Yes.
feeling compassionate now, yeah?
I would say that's compassion for Cal. Go for it.
No,
There you go, with a 19. You are able to remove a d4 of Nova's wounds and grant a 2d4 heal. One wound is removed. There's an ace being used anyway. 2 wounds have been healed.
And D6?
2d4. It's 2d4 plus 1 heal total.
Can't that just go towards my other wound? Because I'm not actually injured.
Yes, I will say that you can use that to get rid of the other wound as well. So as you're standing there, you feel strength kind of return to your veins. As Cal comes close to you and just puts his hand like on the side of your head and then just glows with a light radiance. You can't help but notice this close to Cal that he's got a Nova tattooed on his eye, or right under the corner of it.
There we go.
What's that on your face?
What are this? I don't even know what it looks like. I was just sleeping and the crew just painted it
together,
on. I don't know what it
Kaizen.
is.
We
I
can't
don't
Don't
jump
know.
off the
lie,
ship
Captain.
yet.
You were crying for weeks.
I don't cry when you know about it. Stuff you.
You know what? Nova's just gonna grab Cal and she's gonna kiss him.
Mwah!
She's doing the
Cal
Yes.
and Nova, you gain +1 benefit for the rest of the scene.
Oh shit.
yes. Now we're friends with benefits.
Nice it's really nice to have you.
All right.
I
As
think don't
this
you wish you would have jumped off the ship?
Be still,
Don't you
mind.
wish you would've jumped off
Be
the ship?
Be
still.
still, mind.
Must hold out. Can't jump yet.
Oh darn! I'm not here to witness all of this. Oh
you go.
man, Clay Duray
So,
left.
at this point, we move past that as Nova continues, I believe, waiting on the ship to get closer to another location to assist with. But now you've become healed quite some bit. The Silver Shield begin engaging forces in the street, trying to reverse some of the effects. Okay. The opponents gain a victory tally immediately. There's an explosion nearby, and as you're flying through the air down towards the garrison, you notice it go up in a burst of flame as the entire East Garrison is destroyed. No. You're up. You get to move your 2 spaces and land somewhere in the city.
I'll head over to this, where there's this little peony here.
All right. So you start flying down through the ground, or towards the ground. You can see the large plume of green smoke interlaced with edges of like energy that are kind of writhing through it, almost tentacle-like, and a bunch of smoke and fire. A few of the buildings nearby have like busted and collapsed inward. You can see people, some of them dead, some of them writhing in pain and being evaporated into mush, laying upon the ground near the closest point of this impact, which is in between a few buildings. You can try to land in there specifically. Since you have wings, you have an advantage. You don't actually have to aim to land if you don't wish.
Actually, you said that there were some buildings on fire, so I'll just land on one of the buildings that is on fire.
Okay, so you land on it and then find yourself standing there, flames burning up and around you.
All right. I'll try to look through the flame to see where the objective is.
Give me an aware roll to see if you can find the objective.
Aware roll, here it goes.
As you're standing in the middle of the flames, the smoke kind of burns at your eye sockets just a little bit of that stingy sensation from the smoke. Not painful, just irritant, and you start blinking a little bit like crazy and realize standing in the middle of the smoke and fire obscures your vision.
Right, smoke impedes vision. So I'll go deeper into the flame just to peek through it, so there is no smoke.
You start walking through the burning building, and give
Through
me
the
a...
fires and the flames we carry on.
All right, give me an agile roll, as the building is not very stable that you're standing within. All right, with a 10, the floor cracks, and you feel it start to give way as your turn expires. Zephyr, you are up. Captain Cal, what direction are you headed? You can move 7 at this point, unless you wish to stop, reconnoiter, try to find people, whatever.
I wanna I mean, now that we got 3 in that area, it seems like that area is kind of covered. So I want to start going west to more of the center of the city in case we need the group to go there.
Good idea. Go ahead and move the ship where you want it to be, and we will move on.
I can't really move it.
All right, so right about here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
You could also put arrows out and just show me where you want it to go in the future. So the Zephyr moves in a little bit closer, Kaizen. You're still on the back of the ship. I'm going to say you and Nova can go at the same time, since you're now waiting rather than interacting unless you do something. So, Kaizen, what are you doing right now?
So I am going to wait to get closer to see this plumes of smoke within range, and as I do that, I affix my anti-bomb bombs onto arrows.
So you start attaching them to the ends of the arrows, hoping that they will trigger upon impact, like any good Nohu explosive might.
Of course.
It's very Zelda.
Yes.
Kind of smart, but I mean, that could be the way we can throw them from the ship, right?
Yes, exactly, and I have a guaranteed way where the arrow finds its target. So
Nohu, high or low?
Hi.
All right. So as the building collapses around you somewhat, you find yourself tumbling and spinning before you fall into an alleyway down below. As you find all this debris just like crash around you and stop, you see a small object hit the floor in front of you and begin wiggling back and forth. Some sort of small lizard-like toy seems to be just sitting there in front of you, singed but not melted.
Oh, how nice.
It's baby Nohu. It's baby, and then Carrot is slightly bigger Nohu, and then Nohu is Nohu, and then Red Iron is future Nohu. It's baby Nohu.
That is so many Nohus.
Do you?
It's like one of those like little toys that you squeeze it and it jumps backwards.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll grab it.
So you
Sounds
reach down and
fun.
grab it, and as Nohu goes down and grabs a hold of it, there's a gunshot goes off, and a bullet whizzes right overhead, and then hits the edge of his backpack, causing a hole to go through it. As
wow,
he looks
you
up,
can make some nice sounds. That's so cool.
he sees a small squad of Vincere, three agents standing nearby, raising weapons and aiming at him. We move on to Patchy on board the ship as well. Do you continue waiting?
Something's been bothering me a lot for a while now, which is the memory of me being called Red Eye, and also me realizing that I would know where their tactics, because I was the one who gave orders, not me know the orders. So can I try to figure out why I was called Red Eye? Like do a brains roll to try to remember more of my past?
Give me a brains roll.
Maybe my actual position in the Vincere, which is being hinted in a way.
Hinted, as in thrust.
14. With all that you've gone through, you have one thing you can do that might trigger more of your memory. You look down at the soft leather sneakers or boots that you currently wear to protect your feet from the swamp. Forever, you've been wearing these things, afraid that you might get those feet dirty, you might cause some pain to occur within them. And you don't remember why, because most Skixen don't wear shoes.
The fuck? That's weird. I'll take that shoe off.
As you remove the shoe, you recognize your right foot only has 2 toes.
And Red Eye had 2 toes?
Yeah. You remember pain and anguish. You remember Three Scar hating your methods. You remember being forced over and over again to try to provide the chemical solution that provided longevity for him, for his forces. You remember being captured, stabbed in the back by your best friend so long ago. You remember them putting you through multiple tormented situations where they kept trying to get you to give it up, to work for them, and you were too strong-willed. Until, at one point, they convinced you that Red Eye Two Toes was your leader, and not you. Giving you someone to look up to. Giving you someone to aspire to, and someone to believe that if you left, if you faked your death, if you escaped, would carry on the legacy that no longer existed because there was no leader of the Vincere with you gone.
You got Fight Club.
Fuck. That's.
You now remember almost every conversation you had with your apprentices. Why don't you lead? We need a leader. Where is this person you have been saying is out there and we all should aspire to? Why aren't you in charge? You know what to do.
I'm gonna take out my cauldron, and I'm gonna try to remember. Like, would I be sure that 3-Eye would be at the exit over there? Can I try to?
You're absolutely certain that that's where 3 Scar.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my cauldron and Oh wow! I just got booted out from.
Oh no.
I'm gonna try to get back in, but I'm gonna try to make the +5 of the stat in that ability in my potion thing does not stack, right? It can only be +5.
Just 5. It brings your stat to 5 when you use it.
I'm gonna try to do that. Also, does my polypaste ever can be used to revert to a way you used to look?
You could do that, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna make the stat 5 stat and add it all to charisma, and also do polypaste to see if I can turn me back to the way I used to look.
All right, I will be rolling on some.
I'm back, by the way.
Good. Rooster side effects. 2 rolls are going to happen, and you can use tolerance if you'd like on these, but we'll see what they turn out to be. First off,
and I'm gonna give not everything. I'm also gonna do a polypaste to give it 5 to agility. I'm gonna try to. How many?
You can only give 1 stat. It doesn't stack, so you can give yourself.
Oh, so I can't use 2 different ones of the same potion. Okay. Can I do then polypaste, but then also do another? Not polypaste. One that's the +5, and then another mashup polypaste that makes adds to my aware, agile, and strong.
Only with a chaos roll.
Okay, I'll do that.
Just so you're aware,
Yes.
the first effect is the user dies, becoming zombie-like for the scene. If they do nothing to rest, they regenerate. If they choose to act, they have slower movement, bonus damage, and damage resistance, but you lose parts of yourself that slough off, never seeming to lose mass, however.
No, I'm gonna use my tolerance to completely ignore a side effect.
Okay. And the other one is you become balloons again.
No, I'm gonna completely ignore side effects.
All right, so you have gotten rid of both your side effects with your tolerance.
And this is for the polymorph as well, or no, I used the same one.
Yeah, it was the same
I
one.
added
So give me a tough roll as you attempt and get higher than a 5 to gain this benefit. That is a 4. That would be chaos.
7? No.
All right, chaos roll it is. Oh, there's an ace. Okay.
Oh wait, no. Okay, I can't use the plus.
That's a 3. That's still chaos, and that is focused on the drink that you're putting on yourself. Those don't bring you above a natural 5 there, Patchy.
It could be fine. It could be fine.
Give us a chaos roll focused on yourself. A swarming mass of slippery, crawling aether beings spread from the target. Everyone with range 2 will have to roll resistance or agile in order to avoid being knocked down from poor footing. Azedine has provided you an ace, Patchy. You can re-roll.
Ow.
You might have tripped everybody off the deck of the ship.
Tough. Okay.
12. You have gained your 5 charming, and you have gained +1 to the other stats. You drink this potion, you feel its effects coming through you, you shrug them off, you polypaste, and what do you look like now?
You know what the red eyes looks. Guess you can.
Patchy's spine straightens up a little bit. He stands a little more broad-chested. His fur comes back, combed and coiffed very carefully, and looking far more regal and far more kind. You see a renewed Patchy standing on the deck in front of you.
Wow.
Captain Cal, can you get me close to that direction, please?
Don't poke your eyeball.
The fuck? What happened to that guy? Sure, why not? Let's go.
All right, Patchy's set up for his next turn, basically. Clay, we're down to you. You can move 2 anywhere you would like to, and I'll show you if anything shows up.
Goody. Well, the place I was going blew up. Unless I'm misunderstanding.
Was your son in there?
You're
No, the
not
East Bastion.
misunderstanding. The Peacekeeper Station on the East Bastion. Plumes of curling, energy-laden smoke twist aggressively outside of what used to be the barred windows of the East Security Station. An evacuation has been completed in this area, it looks like. Many individuals are rushing through the gates and heading out of the city down to the south. Peacekeepers are actually outside of the building, in safe tech, suited up to try to clear enemies and the building itself. But with the massive explosion that's occurred, there is a scattering of troops and whatnot that have hit the ground, being dragged away by medics. That's what you can see from the distance, and you see that there's a little bit of fighting starting to be engaged in the main street.
Yeah. I'm not gonna turn the tide of like a big brawl. That's not what I was hoping to get there before that happened. So I think I have to pivot. I want a carriage. I want to hijack a carriage.
All right, give me an aware roll. I'll tell you where a carriage that you might know how to hijack is.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first, I'm sure.
6. We'll say you either find a carriage, but it doesn't quite turn out to be what you expect, or you don't see one that you know how to hijack. You do see a few carriages, but your choice.
Yeah, let's just find a carriage. That's all we need. A carriage.
All right,
would be good.
you find a carriage, just any carriage. It's going to be right here on the map, so you just need to fly over into that position and then land down and try to get to it.
I do that.
So you zip down through the air, you land on the streets, kind of stumbling a little bit. The pack on your back just flutters out for a second, and you realize that there's like the little button attached to the glove that this was on still shows green and like a little gauge that's about 50%. So you can use it to get back up on the ship if you're within 2 squares to do so. As you land in front of this thing, give me another aware roll.
Of course. It's my best stat. I'm really good at it.
All right. You don't notice with a 5, and as you're sitting there trying to get into the door, suddenly a gunshot goes off from around you. You are currently surprised and at -4 to your defense roll.
Cool. Love it.
Clay's a man of the street. Can he really be surprised?
Nat 20.
No.
Oh yeah, clearly not.
So either you were not surprised after all, and you had seen them in like a reflective rear view mirror, allowing you to gain an advantage on whoever this is, or you're able to see that the key to this vehicle is currently underneath the little latch that's hanging, basically the sunglasses section.
Perfect. Exact that one right there.
All right,
That's
so
exactly
you see that, and as you duck down, the shot goes wide and just bullet shatters part of the window nearby. And like, do you turn to look? You just jump in the vehicle.
We're just getting in the carriage.
You
got
immediately
priorities
open the
here.
door, jump in the carriage, and grab the key. Give me an agile roll to see if you're able to get traveling before.
Sounds good. And I'm gonna go right ahead and activate actions of scoundrels for the running away part to get a +1 to this scene here. So we're just gonna put that in that benefit right there, and we're gonna skedaddle.
8 starts trying to start, and then it stops. You will have
That should be. It still had the -4 for some reason.
What is
that
your
should be
-4 coming?
That should be a 12. From like the surprise. I don't know why it's still.
All right, it
should
didn't
be
actually
12.
attach to the last one. So yes, you're correct. With a 12, the vehicle starts up. You now have double movement, so you can move up to 4, but we'll have to make piloting rolls to avoid some of the crowded streets and some of the chaos.
Makes sense. Sounds good.
That is Clay's turn. Kiara, we move over to you. You can move 2 squares. Know who you see him just jet down and smash into a building on fire, and then the building seems to collapse on him.
No, he's fine. I'm gonna start moving towards 2 is that way. I'm gonna start slowly making my way towards the fucking dock. It's gonna take 6
All right.
years.
Give me an aware roll real quick.
Ba, 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 ba. Nat 20?
Nat 20. You either find a couple of threats that could be possibly surprised, and you might be able to take down, giving you more advance towards whatever they're called, the victory tally, or you will also find a vehicle you might be able to take.
I'm gonna take a vehicle.
Okay.
We gotta get through this town fast.
So looking down through here, you do see Silver Shield, peacekeepers, civilians, a couple of merchants that have weapons, a couple of mercenaries that live in that live here or were here at the time, currently engaged with various forces back and forth. It's bedlam. It's a bit crazy, but you notice nearby a carriage, a familiar one, as a matter of fact, that belonged to the house that you happen to have come down and borrowed the vehicle from before.
Oh, cool, yeah. Yeah.
So as it's just parked there down to the side.
Same car, it's fine.
Yeah, it's the same vehicle. You know how to access it. There you go. And that is right here for you. So all you need to do is get to that position, and then you can also have a vehicle.
Cool.
Nova, you're still on board the ship. Are you going to continue waiting, or are you going to do anything in preparation?
I was thinking about sorry. Is there like a amplifier? It's like a microphone. Like a, what am I looking for here? You know,
Like a megaphone?
Kind of, yeah. You know, a loudspeaker
Um,
on the Zephyr.
I don't think there would be one.
I don't see how there wouldn't be one with Captain Cal on here wanting
He's
his
loud enough.
voice
He
to-
doesn't
Captain
need
Loudass.
one.
Well, I mean,
He also has the ability
Yes,
to
we would.
project his voice.
see?
Yes, we would have it. We would absolutely would have a loudspeaker.
How many times would you break that thing?
We would need to broadcast our piratical message to our opponents from the ship.
The piratical
Right.
message.
In the
type.
void where you can't
Piratical?
transmit it.
Word of the
Anyway,
night.
Whatever. All right. Well, I'll give in at this moment because Cal would know his own ship, I suppose.
Yes, I would.
So he has a loudspeaker. What do you wish to do with that?
Well, I was thinking about maybe calling to the flying creatures and bugs to aid in distracting the Vincere from, laying their bombs.
So what are you going to entice them with?
I mean, do friends have to entice their friends to do?
Well, the only friends
help?
you have amongst the bugs right now are the ants, and those are the ones
I
that
was
are over in
literally
your
about to
stuck
say
foot.
friendship.
I know.
Offer them the
friendship is
bodies of the
magic.
Vincere.
Whoa, kid.
Hey,
They're
bugs
not.
are hungry.
Praxis
They're
is showing.
radicalized. They're not bad people. They don't know what they're doing.
They are not bad people.
But if they die, they're food, Shannon.
I mean, that's just the circle of life. But
They're
still,
just brainwashed.
I would also like to point out Nova is fully just calling down a plague of Egypt upon these individuals.
true. It's fine, right? It's not okay. So then, in that case, I want to call down the bugs. I also want to get a hold of the frogs. We're gonna need to talk to everybody's firstborn.
Blood.
And blood, lots of blood will run in the. Oh wait, hold on. I got all the Christian God, and now I'm creepy and an asshole. Let's
What are you
just-
really doing?
What I'm really doing is actually I want to use my +1 from my crit success from the very first or second episode where I had the bump heads as my buddies, and I want to call the bump heads to come up and start causing constructive mayhem.
So you're gonna try to call them from the ground beneath the city.
Sure, and wherever else they could hear. I want
Of course. Are you going to use anything to assist you with this rather than just talking?
Yeah, the megaphone.
Other than that's part of talking. It's just talking loudly.
Are you wanting me to use chaos? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, chaos, maybe amplifying one of your pre-existing abilities like
Well,
mind.
That's what I would
Turn
be
every
using
bug
to
into a
do
giant.
that. And every bug into or a butterfly. Yeah, well, we could go ahead and use Wild Mind. I don't know how.
Gives
I
you
could-
+4 to rolls when communicating with beasts.
Right, which is what I was planning on using anyway. Is that what? Because that's the only way I can talk to them.
Well, you already talked to animals, so
Okay. All right, well then I'm gonna use Wild Mind. Yes.
All right.
Plus the bonus that I have that I did write down.
All right.
It's actually 2 + 2 to the great spotted bumphead ants. My friend being, or I call them the bumpies.
So you're going to
Apparently.
call out to the bumpies, above, the ones that are above ground, the ones that are maybe below the city in the earth, and as we all know, ants outnumber people significantly. With the loudspeaker, you're only going to reach about the edge of... Well, I'll show you where you're at. That's about the radius. It's a 10 square area. Is about as far as your loudspeaker is going to reach.
Okay.
If you wish to invoke chaos, you can extend that further.
Well, I'm thinking, I mean, if I can get that area, then they can, like, telephone their friends, right? Like, they put out, like, a midnight bark, you know?
That doesn't actually exist.
Neither do giant ants, Ty.
Ants have communication options
This is
available
a
to
planet
them.
that was created in your brain, and you're telling me that it doesn't exist.
I'm saying they don't have any form of, like, long-distance communication
Okay,
chains.
Cool. Fine. Mm-hmm. It's pheromones, though.
Bees is out there trying to get those complications going.
Ah, well, that was nice of you to keep those off, I guess. Anyway, okay, well, I'll take what I can get, because I really don't want to play with chaos at this particular moment.
So go ahead and give me a charming roll.
+4, correct?
Yes.
So I'm just going to bump that, and that's going to be
21.
+ 4, 25. 26, 27.
27.
That'd be 27.
Any bumphead ants in the area will start coming to your call. Let's give me a higher low just to see what number might be underground. High. Okay.
Stinky Pete.
Unfortunately, it looks like this city has done very well in excavating underneath the city and trying to remove all the ants. That doesn't mean no come to your call. Just not very many do. But that will impede forces in that area.
I got a 27.
Yes, so you called everyone that existed. There just wasn't a lot. And that is Nova's turn. And as of my numbers here, any of the combats that occur in this area, when the bumpheads arise to try to assist, they're not... I'll say they give the Silver Shield agents in the area a +1. It is their turn.
As I stated, I really want them to just try to cause some distraction so things like the Vincere can't get their bombs planted and stuff.
Well, the bombs have already been planted and have gone off at the moment.
Oh.
Now they're just fighting for control of the city and trying to get rid of as many of the Silver Shield threats as possible.
Oh.
You got an ace, Nova.
Nova did get an ace from
I got a
Karen.
27! I can't get any better than that!
So...
Can you ace the high or low?
Can you ace the high or low?
No.
Well, then I'll just bank that.
Nohu, it is your turn. You see Vincere forces in the alleyway with you, attacking you.
Thank you.
And you can see there is a plume of this green smoke kind of coming up from in front of them.
In front of them? So, like, between both of us?
Just a little bit off to your right, inside of what looks like a large garbage bin that has been blown outward, is a huge gout of this stuff spraying out.
Oh boy, like, can you give me like just a second? I'm gonna go there and drop the bomb.
All right, so you walk over to drop that, just hoping that they ignore you temporarily, basically?
I mean, technically it's my turn, so I can move.
All right, if you choose, because this is a cinematic situation, to just try to defuse the bomb first, they'll get a couple of free shots off at you.
So I need to defuse the bomb first before planting my own?
Well, that's
or
what,
using my own?
That's what you would be doing, is using yours instead of fighting back or trying to keep them from attacking you.
Oh, I see. How about this? Since we are in an alley and there's buildings on either side of us, I can go over to the trash can, grab it, and then use my new PDO ability to teletransport me to range inside one of those buildings while I'll start defusing the bomb.
All right,
like,
so you walk
just
over.
A second.
You grab the bin trying to hide, and then you grab your PDO. and you point in a direction. Now, give me an aware roll to see if you can find one that isn't going to teleport you like half inside of a wall, or a floor, or a ceiling, or another
I'll go
person.
Put this stuff in here.
That sounds like something my. Oh,
Critical
boy.
failure.
Critical failure. I'll have to ace it.
Okay. That is a 7. You find the perfect target, know who?
Which is?
You see a small apartment building off to the side. Inside of it, you see a bunch of bagels that still seem to be on the shelves.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Bagels. I'll even have dinner.
So you turn,
Okay,
you grab
nice.
this thing, and you just... and you reappear on the other side of that inside the room with the bagels, and realize that was a... That was a mural on a wall. And you have ended up instead inside of a small factory of some kind. Give me a high or low.
Hi.
All right. You appear there, and as you stop inside of the middle of this room, you look around. Nobody's here.
All right.
But you don't see a doorway in or out. While you feel like this is a factory of some kind, it seems to have had the rest of the building collapse around the edges of it, and now you're just stuck inside of a small bubble inside of a building.
When has
It
lack
will all
of
work
doors
out.
ever stopped know who?
True. You
It will all
see
work out.
the smoke of this stuff starts rising up steadily, but it's getting caught in here and becomes very, very thick. It's a good thing you have safe tech on.
Yeah.
That
I
is,
can work in peace.
that's No Who's action. The Zephyr continues moving forward through the air, rushing towards the center of the city. It passes over another large plume. In this one, squad apartment complexes fill the area, one of which is chemical agent flowing like an anemone of death and tendrils from the windows, doors, and floor. Bodies of the less fortunate are all around the outside, but the agent is contained lightly for the moment. It's only a matter of time before it spreads further through the city. In order to get to this one, someone will have to go inside the apartment. So, we will now move down to Kaizen. Kaizen, it is your turn.
Okay. I have to go down into the apartment.
You
An
can't
arrow.
access it from the ship with a
Okay.
bomb.
Can I ask something? Can't we send some sparrows down there?
You could send sparrows, but they're currently all operating this incredibly complex machine that is the Zephyr without Lionel here.
Never mind.
So,
There's no red shirts on the Zephyr right now?
Cal would never call any of his crew red shirts. There's no
That
Marcias
is
left.
offensive.
I didn't say what Cal considered red shirts. I just said red shirts.
There are no more Marcias.
Marcia is not a red shirt. Marcia is something that has been
Whoa.
haunting me ever since that day.
question.
Yes.
It just says B finds Blossom that can go beyond normal range and it is supernatural. So can I launch this damn arrow across the entire map, or what the hell does that mean? Because it is not specified.
You
It
can
just
fire
says
it at
supernatural and I can
anything
go wherever I want.
you can see. You have to know where you're firing it.
What do your elven eyes see, Kaizen?
Because I mean, it does say aim, fire the weapon, do. It says I can even see it when focusing on it.
You have to know what it is and where it is first.
It's
Okay.
a bomb.
To start with.
It's a
You
Yeah.
have to have a
bomb down there.
target.
And I can see where the smoke is coming from.
Yeah, it's a bomb down there.
That's
Okay.
The smoke, yeah, you can fire at the smoke, sure. But you don't have any idea of what the bomb looks like.
So the one to the south, what do I see?
The one to the south. The docks. An external cloud can be seen from the air over the docks. Fishermen visiting nobilities and their servant travelers, as well as merchants and supply members from both on and off, are scattering and panicking. Some individuals standing there slack-jawed and frozen in fear, as Vincere operatives engage the peacekeepers in the area, outnumbering them 3-1. The
So it's-
bomb is actually in the middle of the thoroughfare there. You can see that one.
Oh! Well then, Kaizen pulls out one of his handy-dandy anti-bomb arrows and begins to focus. And as he tracks and locks in, you see him say, "There you are," and just launches the arrow into the sky as it goes careening down through every little obstacle and smacks that bitch.
As it smacks into it, you see this huge snot bubble fly up around it, containing the actual explosive, and you see it expand for a little while, getting bigger and bigger and becoming slightly more clear. And then it pops. And
God.
water flows everywhere, splattering
I thought
all
I
over
killed
the
everyone
ground.
down there, Nova.
Did you?
Woo, no! We're good! We're
You
good!
see water
Ah!
race through the streets as you have destroyed one of the bombs. The Vincere and the Silver Shield agents are still fighting in the area, but one of those is gone from that area. The docks are now technically safe from the chemical agent.
I'm just gonna go ahead and grab one of the other bombs and attach it to another arrow. Thanks.
There you are. And that's Kaizen's turn.
Does that count as a point for us? Because we just stopped a whole bomb?
You have to
High five.
stop 3 bombs per point. All right. So nobody gains any headway on their other points out there with Vincere Patchy. You are on board the ship at the moment, so are you still waiting?
How far is this thing?
So you are looking at, this is the train station right here on the map.
Okay. And the Zephyr hasn't gone closer to it at all. How long
It's moved a little.
do you think it will take me to get there by foot?
By foot, way longer than using the Zephyr. Of course, the
Can
Zephyr
I-
could go into interceptor mode if you want to risk being attacked with Cal, and it would increase your movement exponentially.
I mean, they're attacking us all
Exponentially.
already. Let's go into Cal. Yeah, I guess Cal will go into interceptor mode.
So Patchy would yell at him, "Can this thing go any faster?"
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Captain, can this go? Can this thing go a little faster? Wow, getting criticized for my flying skills, I guess. Sure, Your Highness. Quick, I'm in interceptor mode.
The ship
I'll
begins.
feel insecure.
The self-confidence kicks in the mountains. I'm kidding. You do your thing.
So the ship begins
I'm trying to make a
changing.
joke to do my inappropriate gesture. I can't. Never mind.
The deck starts shifting and twisting underfoot, becomes a little more narrow. The cannon spaces kind of fold in, and then it gets streamlined. Jet stream fins off the edge, and then little turbines that pop up, and it starts preparing to move faster.
This is my favorite mode.
What do I see ahead in that one area between us and the train station?
That is the trade hub. It's a massive dome building housing hundreds of shopping stalls, restaurants, outlets, and the like, in a ring pattern. A massive cloud of the agent has filled the interior. You can see it just leaking out of the sides. You'd have to go inside if you want to stop
But I
that.
can't reach it from here, right?
No.
Then I'm gonna put all my unique ingredients and do one venomous tentacula and one spine toss hair tonic and put crystalline in them.
Okay, so you create 2 potions you can use later.
Could I
And-
possibly make them into this like sort of a I don't know, pill-esque form, maybe like almost like a thing, like if I need it, I'll just crack it in my
Give me a brains roll.
Capsule?
like a capsule underneath. Like in my
You're
mouth
trying
or
to
something.
crystallize it small enough you can fit it in your mouth, is what I'm
Yeah.
hearing.
Brains, you said, right?
Yeah, higher than a 12, you'll make it small enough. There you go. All right, so you crystallize this and condense it as much as you can, and you end up with these little tiny, like, medicine capsule-sized crystal potions.
I'm gonna try to conceal. Like, I mean, they're already concealed enough, but like, like I'm assuming if I have them in my mouth and I hard enough impact, they might unintentionally.
Yeah, you get punched in the face and they'll go off.
I'm gonna put them like somewhere close into like a pocket that's not seen.
All right. You tuck them away on yourself. Clay, you are up. You've got the vehicle. You can move up to 4 spaces away. I'll tell you what you run into or what you see as you do.
Can I throw an aware at the situation at the gate before I move?
Certainly.
Okay. Because I don't want to like leave it, but also I don't know.
17. What are you looking for? You see peacekeepers engaged in a fight with the Vincere. What are you searching for?
Can I see the bomb? What I would be diffusing here?
Part of the building is collapsed outward as it exploded out. You can see the plumes of smoke rising from it, so it's pretty much just in the center of the compound, probably where the garden is.
Gotcha. So basically, I need to get past the fight and into the like collapsed building to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing I can really do.
You do see that there are a segmented section of buildings and carts overturned near the edge. You might be able to drive the vehicle up over it and drive
Now
into the side
that
of the
I can-
building.
Now that we can do. Yeah, let's do that.
Clay is going to try piloting this automated carriage directly up the side of a little ramp and Dukes of Hazzard it into the side of the building.
Yeah.
So
Let's go.
Give
Clay.
us-
This
Let's
is
go.
not the first car chase Clay's ever been in.
So
Let's
give me
go
an
Blues
agile
Brothers
roll
instead
and
Yeah.
we're going. Yeah, there you go, Blues Brothers. The maneuver will require at least a 17 piloting roll to accomplish successfully.
Great.
14 or higher will get you there, but with complications, and lower than that, you will crash.
Of course. Well, you know, natural
Nat
20 though.
20.
That'll do. That'll work.
How about
Clay.
that?
And this it
Something.
takes like one fruit stand, right? Just one.
Yeah.
So
100%.
you
Apples
have
everywhere.
one thing that'll benefit you, and that is that your character realizes that you know how to push vehicles to their limit, farther and farther beyond what they should be capable of, granting all of your vehicles in the future +2 move and +2 to all rolls when engaging and using them. Or, something that benefits everybody more directly right now, you know how to make this maneuver, drop the bomb, and keep the car intact at the same time.
I want
right
to keep
now.
the car. I'm keeping this car. Let's keep going.
So Clay
Clearly,
looks at this thing.
and I have a connection.
Give me your best scene of how this goes down, and then I'll tell you how you land.
So we get like the shot of just the view outside the automated carriage, and then we get the like foot slamming down in the gas, then the shot of the tire like, and then we get inside the automated carriage, and Clay tries and quips and like instead, and then just launches up over like a bus through like a watermelon stand, so we get like the nice splash of watermelon, and then flies up this debris, launches the like anti-bomb down into this, and then we get the like behind like the massive like know who goo explosion as it kind of splatters the back windshield, and the little like as I little like land right back on the street and continue driving off.
So you actually hit the edge of the roofing on the side of the building, the slanted crenellation, and you start driving sideways. There's like a
Yes.
and then as you twist the car around the side, it just rolls over, and you're like, shit, and then it lands back on its wheels and bounces.
And just like completely sweating, but just like playing it off, trying to play it off real cool.
And you have removed one more bomb from the equation. And we see Clay's turn has ended there, successfully taking out another
And
one of these
what a
things.
turn it was.
Kiara, your turn.
This isn't too
What I
hard.
would like to do is get into the car, and I don't remember where you said because it's not on the map anymore.
It's right
but-
here. So
Okay,
you can
to
move
that.
2. That just puts you 1 over there. You go over to the vehicle. You look over to it. You immediately go underneath the latch and lift it up twice, to just like the individual who was driving it before did, and you open it. As you sit inside, you're more familiar with this car than you thought. This was the one driven by the mercenaries that your ex hired to catch
cool.
Nova, rather.
Cool,
So
cool,
they're
cool.
in
So I'm
town.
in a gross car. I feel gross. Cool.
No, you've taken it back.
That is true.
So you
Yeah,
sit
you
over
did.
to the
Fuck
side,
'em.
and you just reach down underneath the edge of the seat and pull up the key.
If I start driving this, will I be allowed to do something else, or is
Yeah,
it
you only
a-
use 1 move to go there, so you'll have 3 move remaining in the vehicle.
Bye, no who.
So you start
Go this
driving up through the. You're gonna go through the center of the city rather than on the street.
Yeah.
All right, give me an aware roll, or no, agile roll, as you attempt to start driving this around the corner.
What am I gonna
Kinda
do?
like
Hit
sweeping
a
to the side.
Vincere? Oh darn!
There's a bang, smash, windows shatter. You're going to take some damage to the vehicle. These vehicles have 8 health in this scene, and we're rolling a d4 to see what damage is done. 3 points, so it takes a pretty solid hit, and you see a little bit of smoke just start rising out of the side. But you've made it into the city proper a little bit more, and you're good for now. Nova.
Can I?
Oh, yeah, what?
I was just gonna ask if I could try and talk to my best friend Abraxas and see if he'd help.
But I'm gonna let you know right now, Abraxas is nowhere that he can assist.
I'm a little preoccupied.
I don't care. Come help us. You're not as important.
You're not as
Not
important.
his opinion of himself.
All right, Nova, you're on board the Zephyr. There is that apartment complex below you that's smoking, and then the trade hub up ahead, and then lots of other things. Something that looks like the Void Port also is smoking down to the southwest.
Le question, however,
Yes.
the apartment complex has been neutralized
No,
by
the
arrow.
The doc did.
Oh, okay.
He can't
Sorry.
see
Sorry,
the actual
keep up.
bomb to launch his arrow at to do that trick with. You have to have seen it once first.
Okay. The apartment. Is it time to base jump down to the apartment?
That's where I'm going, but you're more
Are
than
you?
welcome to-
I'm looking. I mean,
I just look away from my spyglass. Are you asking me that?
anybody who's listening. I don't know. Well, I guess I see Kiara going over there, all badass. And,
I mean, she
Whoa,
could
did
pick
see
you up
Chloe?
in the car too, though, if she's on the way.
I don't know what kind of driver she
Please
is.
go zooming down like Batman and land on top of the car and ride it into the apartment complex with her.
That'd be really
Look at
cool.
the cloak.
Oh.
I know.
Don't you have a cloak and a hood from, like, the elf hiding this? No, you were using your hair.
Yeah,
Damn
well,
it.
it was, and then I had a cloak, but it wasn't really canon because I don't know where I got it from.
Doesn't the team downstairs have this apartment complex clear? I feel like the south side needs more attention. No?
Patchy, you sound like
What?
nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to see a drop of this version of Patchy, because is he hot as hell now like Cal, or what's going on?
I'll draw it later.
He's a rat.
Hey!
Does he have a weird mouse six-pack? Like, what's
I have
happening?
+5 charisma charming, so
I mean-
If anybody can make a rat sexy, it's time.
Yeah, I'm thinking like the rats of Nim, like Justin. You remember
There you
he
go.
was like a pretty good looking rat. I had a crush. I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid, he was. Pretty
Totally.
No,
Yeah.
but what are you doing?
Huh?
Oh,
Oh,
wait, this entire time, by the way, the Patchy is like staring ahead, not looking back at all, just like down.
Apache, I think, was saying that maybe
The
more people
south
need to
side
head towards the
needs-
south, yeah.
yeah. How far? Can I get to the south? Are we going in that direction?
I think that he's gonna take you in that direction, so you might.
I can start going directly west, and Mr. Skixon man, you can try to, take the rest on foot if you want. Is it possible? Can I do that?
Yes, you can do that.
All right, I'll do it then.
So Nova, just wait a little while longer, I suppose.
I'm just gonna hold tight. See if I'm gonna watch Clay like jump over a thing and then drive straight up a wall. I'm gonna watch Kiera like spin out and go that way. I'm watching No Who do whatever No Who's No Whoing, and I'm gonna watch my bump head ants cleverly convince these Vincere that they're doing the wrong thing and they need to go home to their mothers.
Exactly. They're all down there just arguing to their good-natured moralistic, Silver Shield agents go.
Damn it, Silver Shield agents.
So you see the ones in front of Clay seem to be clearing out and succeeding at pushing back the ones that are next to that building. As they are starting to clear them out away from you, one of them standing in front of the vehicle sees you start peeling off and looks at you. And then just seems to recognize your face, but then just turns back, realizing that you're not who he thought you were. We see some of the other ones going, and No. Off to the
Yeah.
side of you, you hear fighting engaged as Silver Shield operatives start firing on the Vincere that are in that alleyway, and they drop. You, of course, are inside of a building, so you're
Yeah.
safe.
How nice.
No.
I'll cozy it up.
Your turn. You're inside of that
Alright.
little tiny hut.
Yeah, and you know what? With all of this peace and quiet, what a better time to, take out the bomb inside of that trash can and, start looking at it. I mean, let's see if is it constantly going? Can it be stopped without the use of the grenades that we have? Can it be disarmed? Can it be made to explode even bigger? Let's see what we can find with it.
Give me a brains roll. As you pick it up and you're staring at it, it's just spraying all into your face as you're holding it.
This sounds like a great idea.
What could go wrong?
With a 12, all you can tell is that they used a little bit of alchemy to create a vast amount of internal pressure that, once opened, just sprays this stuff continuously. It looks like the external parts of it that allow this to happen are part of the explosion that blow off. So it's a core with a bomb around the outside. The bomb goes off, opens up the area, and then this little section in the middle just starts spraying stuff because of a release of pressure. If you could contain these things inside of something that is strong enough to withhold that pressure, it could stop it from spraying, but wouldn't get rid of the chemical.
It would still just be inside of all of that container in any case. Oh well, it's good to know. Maybe I'll keep it in mind. Oh, better chuck in my own grenade, throw the trash can as far as I can, realize that it's just like 2 feet away from me. All right, I just better teleport like 5 feet away across the other end of the wall, just to be sure.
All right, so you toss your bomb over next to the other one, and it starts to gloop out, and you just and you teleport through the wall, appearing on the outside in the street. The Silver Shield operatives out there turn to you. See
I'm
you
a hero!
smoking. Give me a high or low.
Hi! It's been 3 highs.
And they turn, and they see you like smoking with green stuff. You hear, "Civilian, quickly, run out that way. Evacuation is heading east."
Right on! I'm gonna chase. Oh, well, I have to see. Anyone? Hello? Where do I go to?
You hear Noho's voice. Nobody. Nobody can hear Noho's voice.
I
hear
guess
from
I'll
the-
better
never
start
mind.
wandering.
All right,
I'll just start wandering to movement.
You head out into the street. You can see vehicles. You can see people scattering and panicking. And we move around to the Zephyr once more. Now that it has changed, it can now move 14 distance.
Nova's like on the pier.
Flying much faster. Where are you traveling to there, Cal?
Westward, not like northwest.
So this would be 14 if you go straight west.
Sounds good. Do I? Is there any like vehicles or anything like below there that can get me to that?
There
temporary-
are, if you're looking around, give me an aware roll just to see what you can pick out.
I mean, as Patchy or as Cal? I'll do that as Patchy later.
As Patchy, because Patchy's the one looking for a vehicle,
Yeah,
right?
I'm Cal right now, so I guess I'll do that later.
Yeah. All right. So you fly it over that direction, moving quite a bit faster across the city streets. You are closer to a few different bombs now, one inside the trade center. Kaizen, you are up. You gonna look around a bit again?
Yes. Do I see any that are in the open?
So give me an aware roll, and we'll see what you can see.
Would he get a bonus if he used Cal's spyglass to look?
Yes,
I have
that
a
would
spyglass,
work.
actually. That's what I'm using.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's got
cool,
his
cool.
+4 on there. With a 15, which direction do you look first? South, west?
I
southwest?
want... Well, this one looks like it's a building. The one that's kind of in front of us and north. It looks like it's in rubble.
This one here?
Mm-hmm.
That one is in the Carnival District. The area is filled with a tent city, various mechanical rides and entertainment devices, a massive round central performance tent, shops and stalls. The cloud is triggered within the main tent. You can see ragged edges of it which are on fire, holes are blasted in it. You think that you can probably shoot that one, but you will need to make an aware roll over this distance.
Okay, well then I am going to do a trick shot and just make it spin around that tent until it finds a hole and gets in there and shoots that bitch.
All right, give me your aware roll. As long as you don't critically fail,
Wow.
you're good.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
Take that bomb out.
Kaizen
Oh.
grabs a hold of another bomb arrow and just breathes in, aiming and fires. The arrow flies out, spins a few times, goes up above the tent, comes straight down the middle. There's a.
Why did we not just give Kaizen all of our bombs and not do it?
I got enough up here. We're good.
He
They're
can
not all-
only he can only do a few of these.
Yeah.
Well,
So
he's doing
with
fine.
that one removed, a victory tally is received by your side.
Huzzah!
The Vincere operatives go inside of the street. Like this side of the street actually is lower on forces than the other one was.
Are you giving the
Okay.
Is it the Vincere or the bump heads? You're taking into consideration.
Yes,
those as
I
well?
am. Unfortunately, the peacekeepers in the area have critically failed this round, causing another victory tally to be assigned to the Vincere. There is a section of the city that you see flames just rise through suddenly, all over the place. And then, yeah, the Vincere seem to have hit a fuel line in the town. Patchy, it is now your turn on board the Zephyr. You can make that aware roll to look for a vehicle.
That, but also, the thing in the north just got cleared.
Yes.
Like between this. Okay.
That was the carnival tent.
And what's the one in the very west? I guess I'm gonna look for a vehicle and also try to pay attention to.
In the very west, this one?
Like west from me, north forwards, I guess.
That one is civilian sector. W, crowded city streets filled with fleeing civilians heading towards the walls. Can be seen here. Massive gloom. A chemical agent is radiating out from the courtyard of a peacekeeper station. If you can get above it, or if you can make trick shot, you might be able to put that one out.
This isn't aware, but also do I get +1 to my aware because I'm on mashup poly paste?
Yes.
Okay, that and also got a +1 earlier, so both of them makes it a 14.
With a 14, you can see a few carriages down below, some that have horses attached to them.
Okay. I'm gonna, ever since my my transformation, I'm gonna turn around for the first time because this entire time I've been just looking outwards and just trying to plan my move. Nova, Kaizen, I'm not sure if we'll see each other again after this. So I thank you for coming after me and saving me twice. And also sorry for all the cacophonic noise. I wish I would get to know you more better as me. I'm gonna jump down.
Turns and leaps off the side.
Thank you.
Don't die!
You guys are great. Despite what I might have said, I really think you guys are all awesome. Love you all.
Fades down below.
That's
You
the
land.
fuck
Love
I
you
know you
all.
got this.
A little bit better. I guess a little bit more charismatic, not that monotone.
Patchy, you
Break
land
a
down
tail.
below. You land down below, and you're near these vehicles. Floods back into your mind. You are an expert pilot and driver.
Great. I'm gonna try to steer myself as close as I can to one of those vehicles and try to reach it.
So you land on top of the roof or the carriage of one of the vehicles. Do you wish to go for an automated carriage, or the one with the animals that you could potentially feed chemicals to?
Is there an automobile that's like close to me, close enough to me?
Yeah, you have a choice to land on either an automated carriage or on an animal carriage.
Automated carriage. I don't
Alright.
need to.
So you land down on the top of the roof, and then you swing over the side into the window, and find yourself sitting in the driver's seat. Give me a brains roll to see if you can activate the vehicle. Eight.
Huh.
With an 8, it won't be this round.
I feel like this episode's about to end soon, so is this ace worth wasting?
Do it. Do it.
I mean,
13.
Do I
With
get
a
a plus one
13,
with mashup poly paste? No, that doesn't work with the brains.
that is not on brains, but 13 is high enough that this vehicle, very simple devices in general terms, you're able to trigger the switching mechanism, and it roars to life for you.
and I'm gonna try to drive myself towards the train station.
You begin driving up in that direction as quickly as you can, moving through the city.
Yeah, he
And
was a pretty decent person. Who would have thunk?
Clay will return
I
to you
knew.
in just a moment. We are
course you
close to
did.
the end of tonight's episode, so I'm going to hurry a couple of minor things along. Kiara, we see you screeching around the corners and heading towards the apartment building. Give me an aware roll as you drive, trying to find your way. 15. All right. As you swing around the corner and you start heading closer and closer to this apartment complex with the smoke rising off of the roof, you see 3 figures standing on top of the roof, one of them with a large mounted weapon of some kind that is pointing it up at the deck of the ship of the Zephyr. Someone has Nova in their sights.
I still look like Nova, by the way. I do want to point that out. I haven't changed my
True, you do still kind of look like Nova.
It's like,
costume. Hi, bitch! It's me down here. It's me, Nova. I don't know why this is the hand motion Nova does in my mind. In Kiara's mind, this is how Nova talks.
What do you
I'll
do,
accept
Kiara?
that from Kiara's mind.
Can I do something dumb?
I mean, when do I
Can
say
I
no to that?
crash the car into the building to create enough of a ruckus to maybe make sure he doesn't shoot Nova?
Certainly. Give me an agile roll to see how successful your crash is.
I'd like to tuck and roll out of the car before it does that, if I can.
So you are aiming the vehicle first with a 21. Now give us a roll to see if you can escape the vehicle without
Tuck and
harm.
roll. Ooh, not as good.
No.
I would like to argue endurance. My body has been beaten up a lot, and also, I've probably done this maneuver more than once, where I just crash a vehicle so I can get away.
I will have to agree with that. So yes, go ahead and give us another roll.
Oh, that's somehow worse.
Okay. So you smash into the building.
We're at the end, close to the end of the episode, so I'll take a 14.
14. So you smash into the building and hit the wall.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
And okay then. The building, you smash into one corner, and the structural support it needed to stay upright is gone. The entire
Bye, bitch.
building begins falling in towards the vehicle. You leap to the side, trying to avoid and see the massive stone structure falling over top of you. And as we see it from the street, Kiara is consumed by the building.
Cool, danger.
you got this!
Oh no!
Nova. From where you're sitting out on the back of the ship, you are standing there looking out to the sides, trying to see what you can deal with. What are you doing at this point? I want to be famous too, camper.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Banhammer.
I am. Well, I was preparing to go to the south and maybe do the jumping thing on wherever was next, but people keep taking all of the things and doing the stuff. So I'm basically just kind of watching and waiting for something that I can do for the most part. Supporting moral support.
Right. So you're gonna wait a little bit longer?
Well, yeah, because that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of chilling, relaxing. I'm having a good time on the Zephyr.
Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool and all, shooting some b-ball outside.
You
That's
probably
cool.
still have the little butterflies from kissing Cal.
No, totally. No, yeah, Nova doesn't want to go anywhere right now.
So give me an aware roll,
We're
Nova.
happy here.
13.
13. As you're standing here watching the rush of panic from the city streets, staring out into the void, basically trying to see what you can help with, who you can assist best you can, you see a troop of peacekeepers loading up onto an airship. It seems to be pointed in your direction and heading over. And standing at the helm of that is the familiar face of Commander Miriam Steel Sorrow. Her eyes locked on your ship, seeing your face, and you see her grimace as she turns and points to their crew. They begin manning the cannons.
Cal,
Yes.
we have a problem. Turns his
Uh,
face that way and points.
I probably have a solution. So what?
Oh,
just
he's got a
easy.
solution.
Evasive maneuvers.
Easy. Evasive maneuver.
Evasive maneuvers. There's
You're so calm.
this stuff. This peacekeeper trying to shoot us. Every other Tuesday. Let's go.
All right. So as you prepare for evasive maneuvers, Nohu, we see you sprinting through the streets. And
What sprinting? I'm flying.
oh, you started flying. With flying, you actually can move 4 already. So where do you wish to head from here?
Well, I think I'll use my eternal gaze to try, seeing as how I study at the bomb, try to pinpoint any more of those plume of smoke where it may be, emanating from.
All right. So with your sight, you can't see far enough to get anything more than that there is a small tunnel underneath of you that you can see ants and Vincere operatives fighting each other inside of. As they are struggling down below, you see a rather large section of them that run directly under the city street.
They have like little underground channels which they move through then.
Yes.
Any means that I can see for flooding said channels, anything that I can use like in order to deviate some water into it, like
Give
some
me
sort of.
an aware roll.
Oh boy, my best roll. Seems like what is needed right now is a natural 20.
Oh,
But a 19
nice.
will do. A
With
dirty
that,
20 will do.
You can see that there is some channel inlets and water backflow to keep out anytime there happens to be high tide and waves, things like that. Whatever that's called, the sluice, basically, towards the harbor. That if you broke a small section of wall in, it would flood these tunnels.
Say, how does the water react with the ooze of the bombs?
You haven't tested that.
All right, sounds like a perfect time for testing then. I'll head over there. Which direction do I have to?
It's
head
right
up?
here, technically under the dock. A little bit underground. So you fly over into that direction. You're up above it at the moment. What do you do?
I'll have to find the set structural weakness that I need to, blow up.
All right. Well, it is a little bit underground. But if you're willing to channel a small amount of chaos and dive towards the city street, you can use your PDO to teleport into the small chamber that it exists in.
I need to use chaos for that. All right, why not?
Nohu turns, tucks his wings, and dives face first at concrete. Give me a magical roll.
Magical roll. Magical roll.
Ooh!
Above a 5. That's at the very least.
With that roll, you will make it, but there will be a consequence. Are you okay with that?
Let's use our last ace. Why not?
All right, one more roll. We're almost done here, everybody, for tonight. An 11. That is better. So you dive towards the city street, and right as your face just grazes, your snoot just grazes a little bit of that concrete, you just, and then you slam into the mucky water floor inside of the little chamber that has the sluice in it.
Ah, perfect. Time to shake myself off, lick some of that water from my face, and go over to my objective. Hopefully, tie one of the grenades in it so that the force from the explosion, along with the water, gives us a science experiment.
All right. Give me a high or low.
High for the 4th time in a row.
Oh, no. All right. So as you're standing there, you set up your explosive. Do you step away? Do you stand in front of it? What do you do, Nohu?
Well, I'm a little bit tired, so I'm just going to take some 5 foot away from it. Let's see how
You
how
put
this
a
goes.
bomb down and then you just take 1 step back, and you're like, that's
I
good.
5 steps, please.
All right. You step
I'm
back a
careful.
little ways. The explosion goes off. And as water begins flushing into the tunnel, you see it stop for a second up against this compound that Nohu has created, which then starts spreading through the water rapidly, becoming incredibly thick. And as it coats over Nohu and starts to encase him, and then slurps down the tunnel below, You gain 1 victory tally from shutting off all of the shortcuts within the city streets underneath.
Nice.
And we see Nohu squished up
No
against the
who made
wall.
Oobleck.
Now
Yes.
stuck inside of this substance.
Bartholomew
And
who?
we have one last scene here. Well, maybe 1.5. So I'm going to have Patchy rush a little bit and arrive at the train station in the vehicle, ripping around the corners and stopping. Before...
Right.
Go ahead.
But by the way, but before I jumped, I would have also said, also tell the other ones they're great too, and
Of
sorry for
course.
annoying them as well. Also,
course.
Nova, I don't know what is in you, but it seems like it's very dangerous. So please be careful going forward with that whole thing. That's whatever it is. Everyone seems to want a piece of it, and I don't know. Never mind. I'm gonna shut up.
That.
Yeah, that's exactly how that was
Awkward
supposed to be
foreigner,
phrased.
doo-dee-doo. English, second language. Never mind.
Uh-huh. All right, we got it.
Nice.
All right, Patchy.
Yes.
You-
Now keep going.
Swing your vehicle over as quickly as you can. We see the car like slide into the side as he kicks open the door and steps out of it before he walks into the building. And as you step inside, you can see a few Vincere agents engaged with some Silver Shield forces, vastly outnumbered and about to fall, until your eyes lock, seeing Crimson Mane standing there, and beside him, 3 scars, waiting, watching, and feeling victorious.
Oh.
They're beating the peacekeepers.
They are currently winning down here.
3 scores!
You see him turn. Oh, look who's back.
I'm just gonna make sure all the other Vincere have my attention, hoping. And by the way, would any of the Vincere would remember to like Red Eyes?
Some of them would, but if you remember, none of them lived that long, and you've been out of the spotlight a long time.
I'm back,
Yeah.
and I remember everything.
Oh, isn't that unfortunate? You know what? We don't need you anymore. So, maybe it's time to go out with the old, in with the better.
I was thinking the same thing.
We see the two of them facing each other down as that scene fades, and we see the final scene of the night. Clay, you were driving down the city streets very quickly, keeping an eye out, trying to watch for everyone. And as you swing around a corner and come up against a bit of a section of debris and rubble you have to navigate slowly, you look out and can't help but see the struggles of everyone around you. You happen to see a couple struggling to breathe, cloths over their faces as they rush from a damaged apartment complex. Even without the effects of the chemical agents, the explosions that have wreaked havoc on the city have caused infrastructure instability, collapsed buildings, and choked the streets with dust and debris. As you gather your bearings looking for what aid you can provide, you see a peacekeeper running in the distance, engaging Vincere operatives in the street, launching himself through the air, a fist to the throat, a blade to the gut, a twist, dropping another Vincere down with a nice roundhouse kick, and then a few gunshots. A few more disabling punches. You see a couple of handcuffs go onto them, but then another Vincere comes out of the side of a building nearby. The peacekeeper rushes towards that individual to turn around, and suddenly there is a huge amount of gas that comes right back out of the building, spreading out into the street. A detonation goes off. Civilians begin rushing out of the building, choking, some desperately holding their breath, eyes rolling back in pain. The young peacekeeper grabs his safe tech, rushing over to them and removes it, trying to save them. You see your son's face. As he's pushing this down on them and trying to get them breath, holding his own and squinting his eyes and rushing from individual to individual, you see him turn and hand his mask over to someone else who takes it and sprints off in the opposite direction, fleeing in terror. Chase there, now recognizing that he needs to get out of this dust, turns to flee as well before more Vincere agents reveal themselves from the street and dive on top of him. A cloud of toxic agents spills further and further into the street while this fight happens in hand-to-hand combat, but he's struggling to breathe, he's running out of time, running out of air, running out of options, and you know, one breath and he's done for.
And do I have a way to drive to this directly, or do I have to get out of the car to get there?
You're gonna have to sprint on foot. The debris and the rubble from the city streets nearby is blocking your route. You can try turning and driving down a different alleyway, but you don't know if you're gonna get to him in
It's
time.
going to take too much time. What I'm going to do is there in any way that debris could be even, like, I don't need the car to be ramped, just like any amount of like additional thrust that I could get out of ramming this car to this debris.
So you want to slam the car into the debris?
Yeah, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slam the car into the debris and launch myself, click on the Nohu rocket sword so that I have the rocket and the like crash inertia to launch me forward into the middle of that scrum towards
Alright.
my son.
We gonna have you do this for us. Give us an agile roll as you attempt to crash this and launch yourself over to help your son.
For sure. Now, I don't know about you, but I would call this a snap decision.
This is a snap decision.
So I'm gonna activate that for some aces here. 16.
You need a 19 to get there effectively, otherwise you'll be short and have to sprint.
Well, we've got aces, Ty. I'm gonna just throw. There we go.
19. You made it right on the nose. The vehicle drives forward, slams into the compound, launches you off of it. Grabbing Nohu's sword, you launch through the air and fly all the way to your son's side. 3 agents have him pinned down. You see him like gasping for breath as he looks over at you. You see him shaking his head and just trying to get you to leave.
We're gonna, if I can, what I would like to do is land on one, shoot another, stab the other one, take the mask off, my mask off, and put it on him.
Give me an agile roll.
That's the goal here. All right. Hooah!
Did we see the ace from Nora too?
We
There is an
sure
ace
did. I'm
provided
gonna
to
use
you.
it right now. If I can,
19.
for a 19.
Your blade comes out, you smash into one, you twist, hitting another one, you grab a hold of your mask, you put it on your son's face. And as he holds onto it, you see him just breathing in, and he turns to try to assist and fight nearby. If you would, give me an aware roll now.
Yeah.
Okay. A shot rings out from the side, and you are hit. You're hit in the head.
Ooh.
For 20 points of damage.
Cool. Okay. Now, we didn't have a chance to have our armor fixed at all, did we?
Nope.
Oh,
Cool.
And as you are struck, give me a tough roll. You gasp out in pain.
Last ace.
Last ace.
16.
We see your son's face in shock and disbelief as he sees you struck. A bullet graze hitting you. You breathe in, and your lungs catch fire as the chemical agent that is in this air, designed to kill dwarves, starts flooding through Clay's body. As we see lines and veins spiraling out from his face, the corners of his eyes, Clay starts shouting up at you. And the scene fades as tonight's episode comes to a close. All right, everybody, we will be back next week, next Wednesday, when we will continue this game and see how it turns out. But for
I don't
now,
wanna.
dirty.
this has been Dreams
Silver.
of Silver and Stone. To be continued. We have each and every one of you here. Just give us your socials for tonight, and we'll keep it short and brief. And we'll be back to see what happens next week. First one to go tonight, going to be Clay. Rob, your turn.
I'm Robbie Roland on this stuff. Come join us on Saturdays where I run The Unremarkables, our masks game. It's a lot of fun. That's me.
And we'll move right over to Steven. Kaizen, you're up next.
Hello, I am El Deviant Devil. You can find me across everything. And next week, I'll finally have a studio where I can start making my own videos instead of for other people for their companies. So, stay tuned.
All right. Moving from there to Stratful.
Hello, everybody. Stratful playing as Nohu the Adventurer. Please keep on watching us next week on Wednesday, and from there on out, well, whenever we announce what's to come, it's sure to be as amazing as this group of people is. So keep an eye out.
Indeed. And Sinan.
Hello, everyone. Sinan. Just Sinan. Nothing really in the socials that much. I don't know. I guess I'm camera shy. That's me.
All right. Camera shy, my ass. Shannon, your turn.
Yeah, I'm camera shy too. Totally. Yeah, I'm Shannon. I'm here. I'm Tuesdays. I'm here on Thursdays. Sometimes intermittently. We're gonna have a whole bunch of really cool one shots coming on the channel. So stay tuned for all of the cool stuff. Plus, we've got the Unremarkable still and Misguided Souls and all sorts of fun things. So follow us. Tell your friends. Buy the book. Play the system. Make your own awesome. Yeah. Short and sweet, I think.
Indeed.
As short as I can.
All right, Anna, your turn.
Hi, I'm upset.
Right.
I'm Anna, also known as Sanctum Cosplays. I'm here on Thursdays, except for next week, where I'm here on Wednesday and Friday in the Honeycomb State on Friday, which will hopefully be more fucking lighthearted than what I feel right now, Tyson. Yeah, that's it. And then off Thursdays, I run Misguided Souls, which is dark, but somehow also more lighthearted than right now in this moment. So
I'm still excited to meet
see.
Fairy Daddy. So
you do get to meet Fairy Daddy.
We'll see how this turns
Ooh,
out.
yes.
I'm going to have Rob make a couple of off-camera rolls just to see if he's able to have some sort of
I
weird
don't like that.
tolerance to this substance.
Bye, Clay. Love you.
And then we'll see what occurs next
I'm
episode.
notoriously good at rolling, so.
you are Rob B. Rolling.
You
after
are.
all.
Yeah. You
But
be
notice how that
honestly.
doesn't say Robbie rolling well. That was an intentional naming decision.
All right, everybody. So this has been the game. We have gone on a little bit longer than intended, and I know plenty of us here like to sleep at night and have time to relax after work and all that kind of thing. So thank you for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. We will see you next time. And yeah, come on back for our show tomorrow night. No, tomorrow's Friday. The day after tomorrow, because we don't have sparrows right now, because we just ended theirs. Yes, Saturday. Come back.
Because they had a satisfying conclusion resolution arc.
If you say so.
But you could always go to the YouTube and watch the sparrows if you missed any of it, or any of the Unremarkables, or anything that we've been
You
doing.
got an ace for
Got
your
an ace.
for your roles off camera.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
off
For your lungs.
for your lungs.
Not too shabby.
All right.
You lived up to your name.
So yes,
right.
yes. Good night, everybody. And
By
thanks
the way,
for
this was
watching.
not a thumbs down. This was like trying to point at Rob. I don't know if that. I don't know if that like
Yeah.
is clear.
Bye.
Brr.